This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, leading the league in podcasting entertainment.
What's up, and welcome in. I can say it again. Welcome into the Onside Kick. My name's Ricky Widmer. You know who my partner is, JD, the Don of MVP. JD, little bit, what people are going to notice here is Onside Kick is back. Might have a little bit of a different feel, though, this year than we had before. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Are we doing better than this weekend? Because
Nope.
JD was going through it this weekend.
Yeah.
At least the Bengals got a win for you.
Yeah, but that Saturday really just kind of overshadowed that. Like, I'm still upset about the Gators losing.
Yeah, but hey, if South Florida beats Miami this upcoming week, that'll make it better, right? Yeah.
And if we beat LSU, but I'm not holding my breath on that one.
But like I say, guys, you guys have seen it. I've said it. New feel to the Onside Kick this year. We've kind of gone with a new format, JD. We're ditching the kind of old format where it's like story. Hey, goodbye, everyone. We'll see you next week. Kind of giving you guys more weekly reviews is what we're going to call it. We might have some stories mixed in or there. We've got some cool stuff planned for like to acknowledge players and stuff. And of course, we'll give you picks at the end of each and every show for the next week coming up. But I am excited to jump into this, JD. There's no other man that I would want to take this journey on than you. And I'm sorry, the Mark Weber, dubbed them E's, because I know he's going to take some hurt to that. Ricky, the original co-host, what are you doing saying that? But JD, week one underway.
Wait, there's also something else that we need to address.
Go, because I'm forgetting it.
So, also, if you guys might notice, because I don't expect you guys to all watch the MLB stuff, but we have a different background. This is the first Onside Kick.
Yes.
With me in a new place.
That's right. USA. For those of you who don't know, JD was north of the border, and now he is a free man here in the U.S.
Yeah, we kind of like hinted at it, or we might have even talked about it like during a podcast, but I'm officially in the United States, living in Texas. I'm a married man now.
You are. So, a lot has changed.
Yeah, a lot has changed in the last couple months since we've recorded, but
will we be live streaming the wedding on the MVP channel? That is the question for the future.
Yeah, like the wedding. Because we're having two weddings. The first wedding
you gotta have a ceremony for it, even though you're already married.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll name it Wedding Crashes. I
am completely kidding, by the way.
Hey, you never know what it brings. Maybe we'll have like some. Like, John Boy does those sports and stuff. We'll
make it Patreon exclusive for the reception. Patreon exclusive there. But yeah, I forgot. We haven't done it on site. Oh, fuck. Bears just scored. I have the Monday Night Football game on as we are recording this. My Vikings now down 16-6. But yeah, we haven't done this in a long time. New updates for JD. I am my apologies for forgetting that he is now a married man and in the United States. Can actually go to a Bengal game without having to go through U.S. customs.
I'm further than I was.
You're further, but you don't have crossing state lines is not the same as crossing international lines.
Yeah, no, that's true.
You don't have to go through customs and get everything. All right. Let's empty open up your trunk, sir.
Yeah.
Can you open up your trunk back here?
Honestly, they didn't even do that when I came across. I'm like, I could have brought another person.
Oh man. But JD, it was funny because one of the things that we're going to do for this is like, if there's news, will we have a story of the week each week coming out of the weekend of football? And I'm like, if applicable, if we have one. Well, today something just fell in our lap. We have the first time ever, the BETUS story of the week here on the Onside Kick. Very quickly, If you are a gambling man or woman, make sure you use our link down below in the description to sign up for BETUS. Get yourself a 125% signing bonus or a sign up bonus, plus up to 30 risk-free bets. You can use our affiliate link down below and get that when you sign up for BETUS. But the story of the week, JD, coming into our first ever show, we've got a trade in the NFL. Tank Bigsby, the running back for the Jaguars, on his way to Philadelphia with the Eagles, JD. And so what the trade is, Eagles are acquiring Tank Bigsby from the Jaguars in exchange for 2 picks in the 2026 draft. We have a 5th round pick and a 6th round pick going from the Eagles to the Jaguars. Interesting thing about the picks, the 5th round pick is actually San Francisco's pick. That's what the Eagles got in exchange for Bryce Huff, defensive end, in June. There is a little caveat that the pick would become a 4th rounder if Huff has 8 sacks this year, and the Eagles agreed to send that to the Jaguars, that 4th round pick, instead of a 5th round pick if it happens. So right now it's a 5th and a 6th. Could be a 4th and a 6th coming up. JD, what do you think of this? It looks like the Eagles are going to be using Tank more as a return man and not to cloud up that busy running back room with Saquon, AJ Dillon, and Will Shipley.
Yeah, like, I'm glad you mentioned that because I didn't realize that because I was gonna bring that up because, yeah, I'm looking at our lads right now with the Eagles depth chart, and they have obviously Saquon as the starting running back, Will Shipley as the 2nd, and AJ Dillon as the 3rd, and then Bigsby as the 4th. But yeah, I was gonna say because originally I'm like, okay, well they traded like not a lot, but more than just like a 7th round pick, let's say, and so I kind of figured maybe they were gonna move Bigsby to as the backup running back, the 2nd. But I really like Will Shipley there, so I didn't know if there was an injury. But as a return man, I mean, Bigsby is pretty electric with the ball in his hands. Like I'm pretty sure he's a smaller guy, if I am correct. I have it up. Yeah, he's 6 foot, or sorry, he's like 5'11", 215 pounds. So he's not small. So I think he could also be somebody that they use like close to the goal line if like Saquon needs a breath or whatever. But as a return man, I mean he's a proven return guy who gets yards, is able to break out a big run if need be. And I mean I don't think it's a crazy trade. Like it doesn't really make them that much better in my opinion, but I mean it's a good trade.
Well, and that's why for me the thing like just that I thought of immediately was not anything to do with the Eagles of this, because, all right, he's going to be in the return game. I'm assuming that it has a little bit to do with the injury that they may have had happen with game 1 with Van Buren getting injured on the opening kickoff. Maybe they were going to use him in some return situations, but now it looks like Tank Bigsby, Will Shipley, the 1-2 guys for kick returns, and then they'll have Jahan Doxson be their main punt returner right now. Okay. To me, I focused like more on the Jaguars when I saw this, because everything I've heard, so at work, bunch of sports guys were surrounded by autographed helmets all day. I've had a couple coworkers before the season started, which was like, hey, expect Tank Bigsby to overtake Travis Etienne for the starting job. Like, I've heard people at my job very high on Tank. Well, this just showed me, or what I'm inferring here, is maybe Jacksonville likes Tootin, the rookie running back out of Virginia Tech, way more than we may have thought, or way more than we just like, oh, we thought he liked him, but man, they must really like him, because Tank's now out the door. Now your number 2 back in Jacksonville is Rashul Tootin, like I said, rookie out of Virginia Tech, to where He's now going to be the guy backing up ETN. ETN had a huge week 1 for Jacksonville, sadly, in their win over the Panthers. And I say sadly because that is a just broken glass on the Panthers going to the Super Bowl. It is a shot in the armor, a shot in the arm for me against my pick of Panthers going to the Super Bowl, because in each of the 2 times they have gone, they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars in week 1. But it'll be interesting to see Tootin, how he is used going forward.
Well,
and like you said with the Eagles, how Tank is just being a returner over a running back like he was in Jacksonville.
Exactly. And like I will quickly say, as for the Jags, like Tootin was a 4th round pick. So that's not insignificant. So yeah, this was probably a way for them to also give more touches to Tootin, who they are clearly higher on, like long term. So I think that also played a part of it. So, and then plus, like, I also think the Jags also kind of know that, I mean, yes, they want to win, but they also might be kind of hedging their bet with like just getting more draft capital for next year, when next year's draft is supposed to be a deep one. So I know we say that all the time as well, but I mean, again, supposedly next year's draft is supposed to be deeper, but I guess time will tell for that.
Well, let's move on, JD. Part of our opening, we have a couple new additions to the podcast. How about we first do our Hungriest Player of the Week, little snippet on that. Hungriest Player this week, obviously, Josh Allen for the comeback. Sunday Night Football, I believe, if my memory serves me right, they were down 40-25, I want to say, at 24-25. They were down by almost 20 points, 3 scores. They come back to win 41-40. And yes, it was a full team effort. That defense stood on their heels to obviously force the fumbles, force the turnovers to allow the comeback. But Josh Allen, almost 400 yards, 2 touchdowns, was only sacked once. So kudos to the hog mollies down there as well, the offensive line. But Josh Allen, our hungriest player of the week, as the Bills get the 41-40 comeback win over the Ravens. And I'll just say this, the other one, we'll move right into it. Comeback of the week. We're not going to have one every week, but this has got to be it. Comeback of the week. Bills beating the Ravens 41-40. But before we get into everything with this week, JD, the last thing we got to get to, I'm going to let you do it. JD, who's our team of the week this week for week 1 in the NFL?
So this week in the NFL, I'll start by saying it was exciting. We had a lot of close games, not too many blowouts. Honestly, I think like for quarterback, we could have had like 4 different guys win the quarterback of the week. But yeah, so I mean, obviously I don't expect our viewers to all agree with this. So I mean, if you don't, just put in the comments who you would have had in these or in these positions. But yeah. So we have quarterback Aaron Rodgers. The running back is Derrick Henry. The wide receiver 1, or I guess it's not really in order, but Emeka Egbuka from Tampa. We got Zay Flowers from Baltimore. Keon Coleman from Buffalo. The tight ends, Brock Bowers from Vegas. The 2 guards are Joel Bitonio and Robert Hunt. The center is Eric McCoy from New Orleans. The 2 tackles are Ronnie Stanley from Baltimore and Armand Membu from the rookie offensive tackle from the Jets. At the defensive ends, we have Myles Garrett and Rashawn Gary. The 2 defensive tackles, we have Ed Oliver from Buffalo and Quinnen Williams from the Jets. We have 3 linebackers. We have Harold Landry III, Brian Burns, and Forside Alukin. Sorry, definitely butchered that one.
Is it Alukin or Aloakun?
Aloakun, I think that's probably right. The 2 corners, we have Jalen Hawkins and Roger McCreary. The 2 safeties, we have Jordan Battle and Taloa Fuaga. We're just gonna say that's how that one goes. The kicker is Joey Sly. The punter is Johnny Hecker, and that rounds out our team of the week.
Yeah, and
Sorry
I
for
mean,
butchering the names.
as JD said, there's going to be disagreements. There's going to be, for example, one person's going to go, how the hell did Danny Dimes not get on the team of the week? Let us know, guys, who you think should be in, or who did we leave out that should have been on our team of the week here for week 1. But JD, meat and potatoes of everything. We start all the way back at Thursday. It seems like a week ago now. Thursday, Cowboys, Eagles. Eagles got the win 24-20. And I'll be honest, the first thing I thought of with this game, yes, they lost, but not a bad loss for the Cowboys. I think the Cowboy team, everyone's expecting them to get blown out. They don't have Micah Parsons. What are they going to do? Really, it was a game to me where I think the Cowboys played well. Williams, the running back coming over from Denver, had a phenomenal game. Unfortunate that Jalen Carter doesn't know how to keep his bodily fluids in his own mouth and got ejected before we even had a snap. But with this one, more of an Eagle win or more of a, wow, I got to look at the Cowboys because I expect them to get blown out?
I would say, honestly, I would be more, okay, obviously as an Eagle fan, you're going to take the win. The win's a win, start the year off right. I'm more impressed with the Cowboys because I figured, especially after the recent Micah trade, that the Cowboys would have just kind of been already kind of dreading the season. Like, they lost their best player on both sides of the ball. And it's just like, okay, like, what are we doing here, right? Like, sure, we did, I guess, get a guy who could fix the run game, and Kenny Clark, who's also really good. Like, I mean, he's a Pro Bowler, but he's not Micah. And I was kind of hesitant with the going in with the Cowboys offense. But I mean, Dak, like, I mean, he didn't have a great game. Like, he passed for 188 yards, an average of 5.5 yards per attempt, 21 for 34. But yeah, I mean, it was just a gritty win, but at the same time, it's an NFC East type of game. Like, no games, no divisional games come easy. And I mean, for the Eagles, like, defending them, I know we had some Eagles fans like Sean in the Discord who was kind of, well, he seemed pretty disappointed with the outcome, even though they won. And I mean, I get it. You're coming off a Super Bowl, you want to be dominant, and they didn't dominate a team that probably isn't that great. But I mean, it's week 1. I think the Eagles will get better as a whole. Jalen Hurts, I mean, again, didn't have a great passing game. He did well on the ground, though, obviously, with the 62 yards and 2 tutties. I'm more so surprised that AJ Brown only got targeted once. I do think that might be an outlier.
Well,
but
that's the thing. I'm going to cut off and kind of throw this in.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I was seeing on Twitter. And of course, social media is volatile, right? But one of the graphics going around, I'm looking at it here on my phone on Twitter. So the stats for Jalen Hurts week 1, 19 of 23, 152 yards, 0 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He did have the 2 on the ground, 1 via the tush push. But if you look at it, he had 3 of his 19 completions came behind the line of scrimmage. You had all but 4 of the completions came within 1 to 11 yards from the line of scrimmage. Only 1 completion of 12 yards or more, and that was the one that went where he threw it basically, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, like 40 yards down the field, to where, yes, I think social media is being a little hard on Jalen. I did have the opinion of basically whatever wins, baby, whatever works. The Eagles have their system. They have their tush-push system. Jalen's asked to do what Jalen is asked to do. You can kind of do that when you got Saquon Barkley also in the backfield. But there will be games where this team, where Saquon, I don't think Saquon has the year he had last year. And there will be games where Saquon, it's like, okay, they're stopping the run. We got to force it downfield. Are they going to be able to do that this year? From game one, I know it's overreaction, but I am not confident in that with A.J. Brown only getting one reception. One reception. I know every game's a different script. You go with the game, but there will be some games where they're going to have to push it down the field. And are they going to be able to do it? I'm not too confident after game number one.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I just try not to overreact, until it becomes a trend, right?
Yep.
Like, if it happens again in week 2, then I mean, okay, then maybe my ears will be a little perked. But yeah, I mean, again, week 1, I feel like you can't get much of a read on anything just because I mean, teams are trying new stuff, trying to integrate new players, and just try to figure out what works. Like, did the Eagles lose their offensive coordinator from last year?
Let me see.
I forget. Because I felt like they did, but
yes, they did. Kellen Moore is now with the Saints.
yeah,
as their
okay,
head coach.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so exactly. So they're trying to implement a new offense. I mean, you just gotta hope with the new coordinator that they just don't plan to phase AJ Brown out of the offense. So, I mean, yeah, it was a good game though. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought the Eagles originally though would kind of just walk all over the Cowboys.
Hey man, +8 Cowboys. That was a slap of a hit on Thursday night. Moving on, we had Friday night action as well, JD. More non-Sunday football. And really quickly, okay, he's down. That was an interception. The Chiefs, the Chargers. This was one where I was kind of expecting a closer game. I looked at Chiefs +3, but stupidly went with Ladd McConkey touchdown instead, which did not hit. I will say this is a game which last year the Chargers lost by 7 and lost by 2. So I was expecting the Chargers to come in. It's in Brazil. It's not a home game for either team. But I will say this is the first week 1 loss for the Chiefs since 2023. Completely different Chiefs team. I will say this for people who are panicking. JD, do you remember what the Chiefs did in 2023? How did they end their season?
They went undefeated. They went on a win streak, I mean.
Yeah, after that, they went on a, 6-game win streak and then won the Super Bowl over the Niners.
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't have if the Niners knew how to do this to Christian McCaffrey. But that's besides the point. Chiefs fans, I don't think this is an overreaction. I think this is more of how good the Chargers are going to be this year with Jim Harbaugh at the helm.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, Chief fans know that this is kind of who they are. I know you said that this was their first loss since 2023.
Week 1 loss.
So, yeah, week 1 loss.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've been saying it, or at least I've been saying it for now 2 or 3 years. The Chiefs are just they're a team that, yes, they try in the regular season, but they've pretty much mastered the whole, okay, let's just get into the playoffs. I mean, we could still get home field advantage, but we don't need to be the 1 seed. And then in the playoffs, that's all that matters, right?
They're the Warriors or LeBron's Cavaliers of the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, or the Penrith Panthers of the
NRL.
Yeah, we got to give them a shout out. But no, so I mean, honestly, I was a little disappointed with how the Chiefs played. Yes, I mean, I do think that the Chargers are gonna be a good team, but And then I'm for Charger fans, yes, okay, treat this win like it's big because granted they don't beat the Chiefs and they're a divisional opponent. So yeah, I'd be thrilled if I'm a Chargers fan. I mean, Herbert played it really well. Again, somebody who could have won our quarterback of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Amari and Hampton, I mean, he had a decent game. I mean, like for his first game ever in the NFL, he had a good game. I mean, Najee Harris is kind of a bum, but I mean, that's
He
okay.
only got one carry.
Yeah, I mean, that's all he kind of deserves, if I'm being honest. But I mean, I forgot though. On a positive note, I'm not a Chargers fan, so I don't really care if I'm jinxing anything. Quentin Johnston might know how to catch the football.
I was gonna bring that up. If Quentin Johnson can do what he did on Friday and not try, if he's gonna play like TCU Quentin Johnson, then this team might be cooking this year. Like I think the Chargers are a playoff team, but they might be more than just a hey, let's sneak into the playoff kind of a team.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, and their defense. I mean, their defense did well to hold the Chiefs to 21 points. I mean, so I mean, all in all, it was a good game. I just again, it's hard to read a lot into it. I'll be curious to see how their next matchup goes. I don't know when it is, but because technically though
they're playing the Raiders on Monday
I'm
Night
sorry.
Football.
I'm saying like the next time that these two teams meet, because technically was it a Chiefs home game or a Chargers?
It was a Charger home game. So December 14th noon kickoff at Arrowhead.
Yeah,
so way later in the season.
Yeah, that's going to be a big challenge for the Chargers. But again, still, I'd be happy with the win.
The other thing that I know the Chief fans are going to say is, but we were without Xavier Worthy most of the game because I don't know if you saw the clip, but Travis Kelce got a little jealous of Xavier Worthy because Tay on the podcast was like, "Oh, I was so excited when we drafted Xavier Worthy that Kelsey's like, I gotta take him out." Obviously joking. I don't think that he took him out on purpose, but Xavier Worthy had literally one target the whole game. He's got a shoulder injury that, per Ian Rappaport of NFL Network, has said that Andy Reid, his response was he's rehabbing and working his shoulder. We'll see where it goes day to day. Rappaport then said that it believes that Worthy will rehab the shoulder to wear a brace instead of going with surgery, and that Reid's answer seems to line up with that. Regardless of how the Chiefs go about Worthy's recovery, he will miss some time while building up strength in his shoulder. It's unknown how much time the receiver is expected to miss. That's Rappaport via SI. I'm reading the SI article right now, but Xavier Worthy going to miss time with the Chiefs. That will hurt. However, I'm sure there's Chief fans out there that are like, yeah, Hollywood Brown though, Juju, next man up. Hollywood 10 receptions, 99 yards. Juju 5 receptions, 55 yards. So it's like those two are just going to have to step up. The question is, are they going to be able to do what they did in week 1 consistently? Because both of these guys have kind of been, I want to say, in the public eye, down. The view is down on them since leaving their first teams to come to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like though the Chiefs have done that though, where it's just like they kind of try to go for like the misfits of like okay, this guy didn't work out with his previous team. Let me just see if we can rebound it. And like Kadarius Toney was one of them.
Yep.
And yes,
he
cost them certain games, but for the first year that they brought him in, he was pretty good for them, and I'm pretty sure they won the Super Bowl the year that they brought him in. But yeah, so I mean, it makes sense. Like, just keep doing it. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Well, moving on, we finally get to our Sunday games, JD, and the first one we're looking at, how about some Buccaneers and the Falcons? I'm changing it up here because the order's a little bit different with my ESPN, so some of these might be flipped, JD. Buccaneers, Falcons. Buccaneers get the win 21-20. I honestly came in, I had Falcons money line for this one personally coming into week one. I loved what the Falcons did. Michael Penix looked like a G. Bijan Robinson looked awesome. I mean, would you have liked maybe a touchdown from Drake Lund? But, 8 receptions, 55 yards, none to scoff at. Buccaneers were just better. And to be honest, you got to make that kick, my dude. You got to make that kick.
Yeah, I mean, like the kick.
That's really the story. It's why they lost.
Yeah, I mean, well, again, on the flip side, it's like, okay, well, if you get another touchdown, well, I mean, the kick's not needed. But yeah, I mean, that's a heartbreaker. I mean, it's kind of tough to it's always tough to lose a game on a missed field goal. But yeah.
I mean, the other story from this one is rookie wide receiver. That's why he made the team of the week. Ibuka, coming from Ohio State, 2 touchdowns in this one. Like, this was a team last year, the Buccaneers, I'm saying. They had McMillan last year, who was the rookie darling for them. Are they just going to keep finding rookie darlings at wide receiver? Last year, McMillan. Oh, this year, Emeka Ibuka. I was kind of hoping that Mike Evans would get a touchdown, but whatever works, whatever gets the win at the end of the day. Buccaneers, this to me, though, this is the division. These two teams.
Yeah.
And how much is this going to pay dividends later in the year now that the Bucs already have 1 win in the division and 1 win over the Falcons in that division too?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be huge because I mean, I don't think it's definitely not a hot take. Like the series or the division's going to come down between these two teams. I thought that the Falcons would win this game coming in. I guess I was a little more bullish on them just because it feels like for like the last 2 years, or at least last year, a lot of people, myself included, expect them to get over the hump and become a playoff team. It just didn't work out that way. But yeah, I mean, the Buccaneers are proving that they are a solid team. Again, it's tough to say how good they actually are because this division for like the last, 6 years, 5 years has been pretty bad. Probably the worst division in football. So it's tough to say, like, again, how good are the Bucs actually for winning this game, but hey, you only play who's in front of you, and they got off to the 1-0 start, and Ibuka was really good, again, coming from Ohio State, so, I mean, you kind of expect it at this point. Bucky Irvin didn't have the greatest game, only a long run of 9 yards.
Had a touchdown, though. Even though he caught one.
Okay, yeah.
He caught his touchdown.
But I mean, but also though the Buccaneers defense was really good. I mean, Hassan Reddick got a sack. A few guys got some tackles for losses. They kind of shut down Penix's. Yes, he threw for 300 yards, but
he didn't kill him with his legs.
Yeah, yeah, and I think they kind of just accepted, like, the Buccaneers defense went in saying, all right, we're gonna let you throw it, and if you beat us, okay, we'll take that, your first game because Penix wasn't the full-time starter last year, so this was kind of his first opening day start, or opening week start, I don't know what you want to call it. So I think they just kind of want to see what year 2 Penix or what year 1.5 Penix look like. And they're like, all right, we're just going to eliminate the run. And if you beat us throwing, so be it. But obviously it worked out in their favor.
So next game we're moving into, JD, I'm just going to let you take it. Bengals Browns. The Bengals get the win over the Browns. I'm just going to let you go, my dude. Here's your time to vent about your team. What did you think? Bengals get the win.
No, I mean, again, it's not going to be a crazy vent. Because again, if you want to hear my feelings on the Bengals, you can go to the last 2, or at least last year's week 1 recap we did. Because all those points still kind of stand. I mean, the Bengals get off to another slow start. They win the game. Great. Again, the defense, I guess, played better than I anticipated. But again, it's going against what's probably going to be a pretty bad Browns offense. The glaring stat is that the Bengals had 7 total yards of offense in the second half, which is atrocious. But again, like Joe Burrow, in my opinion, the second best quarterback in the league next to Mahomes. Should have won MVP last year, but the entire team let him down. I'm not too worried about him, but again, you would like him to get off to a better start than 113 yards, 1 touchdown, and 14 for 23. But again, I also don't think the wide receivers did a good job of getting open. Chase had like 2 drops. T. Higgins wasn't really getting open.
T. Higgins was arguably your best receiver.
Yeah,
that's not saying
he
much.
was, but it wasn't. Yeah, again, it's not saying much, right? Like Noah Fant was a nice surprise. But yeah, but the defense, like, we only gave up 16 points, which again is better than last year. But again, how much of it is the Browns like shooting themselves in the foot? They threw Flacco threw 2 interceptions, which maybe they weren't his fault, but his receivers were dropping. Jerry Jeudy had a drop. And it was more so, I feel like, the Browns offense shooting themselves in the foot. So this next week against the Jags for the Bengals is going to probably tell more of the story. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, sloppy AFC North game. The Bengals and Browns always play these types of games, and the Bengals have had struggles playing on the road in Cleveland. So I mean, yeah, ultimately I'll take the win. I'm happy about it, but I'm not sitting here reversing what I was saying with thinking the Bengals are going to finish with 8 or 9 wins this year, just because we beat the Browns by 1 point on the road.
I will say the thing that kind of sucks most about this game is I'm looking at it, and the whole time I'm thinking, all right, what credit can I give to the Browns? Because the Browns, many people are probably expecting the -5.5 for the Bengals to be the easiest cover of the game. I know a lot of people took the Bengals in their survivor pools, in their confidence picks, and only get get a 1 point win. But you know how people, it's the Browns. It's how. Go ahead.
And like, sorry to cut you off, Alex.
No, go ahead.
What I'll say is this was the second win in weeks 1 or 2 in the Zach Taylor era. Yep. We talked about it last year. The only other time pardon?
You guys slow start team.
Yeah, slow start team. And the only other team we beat in week 1, and we talked about it last year when we did this show, was the Bengals versus the Vikings. The Bengals beat the Vikings in overtime in 2021 in Joe Burrow's first season back from his injury, his ACL injury, and Jamar Chase's rookie season, and the year we went to the Super Bowl. So, I mean, yes, this is I guess a massive step forward because, we're not starting 0-1 or 0-2 or whatever. But for anybody to pick the Bengals, because people ask me about them, like friends, family, should we bet on the Bengals here, bet on the Bengals? And then they're surprised when the Bengals lose in the first 2 weeks of the season. Again, guys, I mean, we'll touch on it a little bit later, but my betting advice for the Bengals, keep this in your brains. No matter who the Bengals are playing. Last year we were playing the Patriots and we lost. No matter who the Bengals are playing, just do not assume we are going to win in the first 2 weeks of the year. Just don't. Save yourself some money or bet against the Bengals.
Yeah, I will say, to kind of conclude my point, you look at the Browns, most of the offense, Jerry Jeudy was probably the shining spot. I know Dylan Sampson had out of the backfield had 8 receptions, 64 yards, but not the run game was atrocious. And maybe that's credit to the Bengals defense. I know you're probably going to say no, that defense stinks. But Jerome Ford, he's a guy that I drafted in fantasy, only 6 carries, 8 yards. You expect more out of him. Samson, even 12 carries, 29. It's like, come on, you're going to need to rely on the run a lot in this league to open up the pass. The only credit I can give the Browns is their defense, especially Myles Garrett came to fucking play. But I think that most of this game is what the Bengals didn't do compared to what the Browns did do. And I think the Browns, this is just going to show what's probably going to happen. Joe Flacco is going to be the commander-in-chief of that offense until either Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders is ready to come in. He's going to lose the job at some point.
The last thing I'll say, and this is going to like the Browns, I will give them credit. And Browns fans, if you followed training camp and just your off-season reporters, you would already know, like you would already expect this from Harold Famine. But that kid's going to be a baller. That like at tight end, he had 7 receptions for 63 yards, no touchdown. But once he gets the ball in his hands, his wiggle and his ability to just make guys miss, and also put his shoulder down and run over some guys. I mean, it was really impressive. So I mean, I'd be excited for him on offense.
Now, JD, I repositioned my tabs. It should be in alignment with our Google Doc now. We should have no more flips the rest of the way as the next game, Cardinals and Saints. This one, I'm going to say, a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be. Yet another game that I expected the Cardinals to win easily. They did get the win. You know, Kyler Murray, was he going to play? A little under the weather. Gets 2 touchdowns, one of them being to Marvin Harrison. Is this the same thing as the Bengals-Browns game? More on what the Cardinals didn't do? Or is this, hey, the Saints, they kind of balled out even though they got the 7-point loss?
No, this is just week 1 being mucky. The Saints are going to be dog water. I'm sorry. They're like, they should have entered this rebuild like 5 years ago, but refused to. And I mean, they're kind of getting what they deserve with this one.
Reap what you sow.
Yeah, reap with what you sow, because I mean, this team should have drafted a quarterback high again anytime within the last 5 years in the first round. They just chose not to because they believed Derek Carr was actually good when he wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, like the Saints are I mean, I really think the Saints are going to be the worst team in football this year. I genuinely believe it.
I have them as the number 1 pick.
Yeah. So, I mean, yes, you would have liked, because I think the Cardinals actually can be pretty decent this year. You would have liked them to have a little bit more of a statement win. But again, week 1, trying to figure out your offense, your defense, where the new guys are going, like I've been saying. So again, you're just going to take the win, improve on it, and at least you didn't lose. Because if they would have lost to the Saints, then yeah, then I think it's a little more, there's more reason to be upset.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I am going to say, and like a lot of people in fantasy were focusing on the running back position for the Cardinals, mainly because people are like, draft Trey Benson high, James Conner is going to get injured at some point. Well, he didn't get injured. I just think in general, if you're a Trey Benson fantasy owner, this game, it's going to be interesting to see if this game is indicative of the season we're going to see with these two, where yes, Conner got the touchdown, but it was through a reception, not a run. Conner only had 12 carries for 39 yards. Trey Benson, though, 8.6 yards a carry, 69, nice, with only 8 carries. So it's like, will we see this be a trend that, hey, Trey Benson outperforming James Conner, and will that mean the depth chart does this at some point in the season? That is just one thing I think we need to look towards. The Saints, I think, like I told our buddy Jake, this is the outcome I think you wanted. I said, close game, you got the loss. He goes, no, I want to get blown out. I'm like, all right, whatever. I can't make you happy ever.
No.
You're like, no, you want to get blown out every game.
No, like, I mean, no, you're right. Like, if you're like, sorry, I'm not going to hijack with like what you're saying, but I'll just quickly interject. Like, if you're a Saints fan, yes, you want, in my opinion, you should want to lose because you want that better draft pick. But
Mhm.
also, yeah, you want the games to be competitive. You want your guys, especially your young players on defense, to show fire. And and even on the offensive line, you want them to just gradually improve throughout the year. So, I mean, you're right. Like, because again, the Saints, like, they have a new head coach. So what? If you get blown out every game, you want to
Mhm.
fire Kellen Moore?
No.
I mean,
It
no. Like, it's his first year
we're
coach.
waiting for who's going to be the quarterback he's paired up with
Yeah,
next season.
100% exactly. So I just think, yeah, you want to see your team fight and lose, but yeah.
Moving on though, the next game, I feel like the biggest idiot in the world, JD. Not for
Why?
anything I did bet, for what I didn't bet, because you know what I completely forgot about Colts getting the 33-8 victory over the Dolphins.
What?
No way they were going to lose this game being the first game
Oh,
since Jim Irsay's death. No
yeah.
way they were going to lose this in Indy for Jim. They were winning for Jim. I watching that game, I'm like, oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Daniel Jones. Also, I love seeing the reels of Homelander from The Boys, where it's him like laughing at the phone and like getting angry from what he's seeing, and it's like Giants fans watching Daniel Jones become Peyton Manning while Russell Wilson becomes Daniel Jones. Daniel
Yeah.
Jones had a great day. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. He had 272 through the air, a touchdown there, only 1 sack, 87.6 QBR, not the highest, but I think the biggest thing I'm taking away from this game is not anything from the Colts. I'm not taking anything away from them, but what I'm taking away is Dolphins. If I had it, I'm slapping that panic button. Tua Tagovailoa is not the quarterback. This was, to me, put up the tombstone to his career. It died September 7th, 2025. I'm not saying you go out there and start Zach Wilson or start Quinn Ewers. And I know Quinn Ewers right now is on the injured inactive, but I think the Dolphins have to have a serious conversation that Tua is not the guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, it's unfortunate because, I mean, Tua was never like terrible. He was never like,
Mm-hmm.
he obviously never lived up to his potential when he was drafted, but I really think the injuries have caught up to him, and it sucks because he's still young. But yeah, he's just not good. And unlike you, yes, when Quinn Ewers gets back, it's Quinn Ewers season,
Yeah,
baby.
so you're calling for it. You're
I mean,
calling
I'm
for the Quinn
hoping.
Ewers.
I again, if you're like a long time listener or a couple year listener, I was always high on Quinn Ewers in the
Mm-hmm.
last 2 years, and I mean last year he kind of proved me wrong a little bit by not being that type of guy, but I love Quinn Ewers, so I'm rooting for him.
So would you
But
say this? Should they start Zach Wilson in the meantime? Should they pull the trigger even sooner?
no, I mean, I'm just going to assume, and again, knock on some wood here. I'm going to assume that Tua's going to get hurt at some point. I do think Mike McDaniel's kind of tied to Tua, so I
Mm-hmm.
feel like
Which
if
I feel so bad because I love Mike McDaniels.
I mean, again, I've been on the record saying I think he's kind of a piece of garbage,
I
but
love, like,
but
he's just a cool dude. I don't want
he is
to
cool.
see
He's
him
he's
lose.
he's a cool dude that doesn't
Mhm.
care about his quarterback's head health.
Okay.
So but but no, I mean, yeah, I think Mike McDaniel's kind of tied to Tua,
Mm-hmm.
and I do think if this season goes south, um, Mike McDaniel's going to be without a job, or at least get fired. I think another team will hire him, but I mean, Zach Wilson is so bad. I really, I mean, I don't see them going to Zach Wilson unless if they go like 0-4,
This is
maybe, and
his.
and two has just been terrible.
This is his fourth. This will be his 4th year with the Dolphins.
Yeah, Tua, right?
No, Mike
Um,
McDaniel.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, Yeah, and again, the Dolphins were a team, like, especially when they first got Tyreek Hill, they were a team, oh, the Dolphins are going to the Super Bowl, and like kind of like
It's going to be Tua's 6th year with the Dolphins.
yeah, okay, that makes sense. Kind of like, oh, what was when the teams we were just talking about?
Colts,
Let me
Cardinals,
see.
Saints,
Um,
Bengals, Browns, Buccaneers, Falcons.
kind of like, okay, so they're kind of like the Buccaneers
Okay.
in terms of, or yeah, kind of like the kind of like the Falcons
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like, okay, this is their year to, make it to the playoffs and win some games in the playoffs.
Except Penix is trending up, Tua is trending down.
Yeah, but like they've been on that same like kind of like level for a
Mm-hmm.
while where it's like, okay, this is the year that the Dolphins are going to be at. And I know people kind of expect them this year to take a step back.
So what you're saying is they're the Kyle Pitts of the NFL.
Yes.
This is the year. This is the year Kyle Pitts breaks through, man.
Yes. And unfortunately though, like I don't really see it with the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like, yeah, go get yourself another crack at a quarterback. But yeah, I mean, it's a shame because Tua, I do think, had all the potential in the world to be great.
Mm-hmm.
It's just injuries and I mean, and just not living up to the hype.
The other question I have for this game, and yet again, I don't want to take away from the Colts because they did everything. They played a near perfect game to beat down, like going into halftime. Every time their offense touched the ball, they either scored a touchdown or a field goal. Like that doesn't happen often. But I am going to ask the question because I'm thinking about even in my own head. Daniel Jones, Colts. Is this indicative of what this year will be for the Colts? Or was this, hey, you just played a really, really bad team, enjoy the dub, but still going forward, it's gonna be a struggle and it's gonna be a fight to get wins this year for the Colts.
Well, I mean, yeah, like I do think, well, defensively, the Colts are going to be really good.
Okay.
So that won't really be a problem. But yeah, I think scoring will be difficult. But also they could be oh, who was it last year? Yeah, like kind of like Sam Darnold. Like it wouldn't really surprise me. I mean, yes, freaking Daniel Jones sucks. I mean, like in general, he's sucked throughout his career.
Could have been a change of scenery.
Yeah,
it could be New York.
Yeah, but like because Sam Darnold also wasn't good, and then he went to the Vikings, proved people wrong. I mean, still wasn't great, but definitely an NFL type of quarterback, even if that's like a backup.
Yeah.
And Daniel Jones, I mean, we could see a kind of like a return like Sam Darnold. But I mean, if I'm a Colts fan, I'm still kind of holding my breath with that because, I mean, yeah, it's one game. You know what Daniel Jones has done in his career. It's not like he's never won a football game before. So I mean, yeah, we'll have to wait and see though.
With saying New York's name, we're gonna Joe Hendry say their name. They're appearing because we're moving on into the Giants and the Commanders. And before we talk about everything good with the Commanders, 21-6 win. Two things I want to start out with the Giants from my point of view. Number one, rough start for the Russell Wilson era in New York. No touchdowns. Positive is he didn't throw any interceptions, but 168 yards. Went 17 for 37. The thing I liked though with the Giants, and it's not even a team thing, it's a player thing. This is a guy I could have argued for hungriest player, even though their team lost. I love what the Giants have in Cam Scatterboo. This is a guy that when he had the ball, when he didn't have the ball, watching him on the field, you're just like, oh, he's a football player. He's a football. Like there was a block. He threw himself in. Without that, Russell doesn't have the time to get the ball to the wide receiver. Positive play. When he has the ball, kind of bouncing into guys, fighting for extra yards. Yes, the Giants lost. Yes, it was a bad look for the Giants. I'm taking a positive, though. I cannot wait until the day of the week comes this season when they finally make that switch, because I think Cam Scatterboo will be RB1 at some point this season for the Giants.
Yeah, I mean, I like Scatterboo coming out, especially in that Arizona State playoff run. And I forgot I can't remember who they played, but that game, like
in the playoffs, didn't
yeah,
they play Texas, Clemson?
yeah,
No, they played Texas.
yeah, Texas. Yeah, in that game that they lost, Scatterboo was in there like puking his guts out and just like because they were overworking him, but he was just like, put me back in, coach. Go run, go, puke in the trash can, go back out there. Like
the 2 OT loss to Texas in the quarterfinal.
Yeah, and Scatterboo, yeah, like you said, he's a football player. He's gonna do whatever it takes for his team to win. In this case, the Giants were asking him to do a ton of pass protection, and he, honestly, I think did really well in that regard. And yes, I mean he only had 2 rush attempts, or was it 2? Yeah, 2 rush
2
attempts
for negative
minus
3.
Yeah, which obviously isn't good. But and then receiving, like he only had 2 receptions.
Yeah. But that's the thing. The shit he was doing, he was a non-paper guy. Meaning the stuff that he was doing yesterday isn't going to show up on a box score.
No, exactly. I agree. And sticking with the Giants though, because I agree. Like Scatterboo, he's somebody to be excited about. You do need to find a quarterback eventually. Well, probably this upcoming draft, because again, I don't think it's a hot take to say that the Giants aren't going to be very good this year. But I do love their defense though, or it's starting to finally form. I know there were kind of rumors about Kayvon Thibodeau being on the outs, as somebody who they might potentially cut bait with just because their scheme and adding Abdul Carter. But Abdul Carter and Kayvon Thibodeau both got a half a sack. Their D line, obviously, they got where are they? Brian Burns. I don't know how I forgot his name, but Brian Burns is somebody.
One of our team of the week.
Yep. So like and Dexter Lawrence, like their D line is is exciting. It's just when it gets to the secondary and their linebackers are where it's obviously iffy, but they have a good foundation. And I mean, they have some fun players. Javon Holland, though, at safety is again somebody who he's a good player, but I mean, one player doesn't change anything.
Last thing I ask about the Giants before I mention the things about the Commanders. What week does Jameis or Jackson Dart start for the Giants? When does Russ get pulled? Because this is his contract year, so like they got nothing to save.
I'll say Jameis goes in like week 6.
I was just gonna say week 6. Week 6, Jameis time.
Yeah, I see it.
They're gonna try to eat them dubs, JD. Eat them dubs. Because this is Giants fans, I'm sorry, buckling for a bad season. I know the Commanders are the Commanders, but let's be honest, 21-6, you didn't lose by that. Like, they didn't blow you out. I mean, you're sitting there probably going, Ricky, we still lost by 2 scores. But like 2 scores compared to like a 40-6 loss, like there's levels to it. With the Commanders, though, 2 takeaways that I kind of saw. One, thank God for Debo. Debo was spectacular in his debut as a Commander. And then how about how many people on the waiver wire this week are going to be looking at Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, if he's still there? I'm going to call him JCM. Even though I think the announcers were like, I think his nickname is Billy, I think is what they were saying.
Okay.
But he looked phenomenal too. Like I was watching going, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I saw him in like fantasy. He actually got picked in my league, but yeah, I mean, yeah, the Commanders are just doing, like, they're continuing what they did last year. Jane Daniels had a fine game, not anything that's gonna blow you away, but still played well. Um, yeah, JCM was a nice surprise, but again, he was somebody in camp that Commanders writers were talking about and somebody that the fans were excited for.
Mm-hmm.
Debo, a lot of people thought he was going to be washed, and a lot of people um, giving fantasy football advice said to stay away from him. I'm glad I didn't listen to them about that because I'm a Debo fantasy owner, and I mean I lost my week, but he was not the reason why I lost,
Mm-hmm.
and he just adds more to that receiving room as well. Zach Ertz, I mean, kind of just doing what Zach Ertz has done for like the last 2 or 3 years. Um, but then yeah, the defense. I mean, the defense played really well again, going against what's probably going to be a not so great Giants offense.
Mm-hmm.
But they did what they needed to do. They held them to 6 points. Um, Deron Payne had a sack. Um, Marshawn Lattimore played pretty well. Had a pass deflection. So um, yeah, and and my guy Johnny Newton, he actually saw the field in this game.
Johnny Newton,
Johnny,
baby.
yeah,
I was waiting for you to mention Johnny Newton. I'm like, when's he gonna
yeah,
do
Johnny
it?
Newton, big part of the Johnny Newton fan club.
Mm-hmm.
You know, starting the year off with playing a game, so we love to see it.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. Vikings took the lead. we're up 18-17. Oh, love it. And fantasy points, JD. Aaron Jones, senior with the touchdown. But let's move on. Raiders, Patriots, two things from this. One, everyone who was high on the Patriots, even though they lost, validation, I would say. You only lost by 7 to a Raiders team at home. Like, I'm not gonna kick you in the butt for losing by 7. The other thing, and this is what I want to start with, JD, are people being too overreactionary for bashing on my boy, leader of the Ginties, Ashton Ginty, 19 carries, 38 yards, only 2 yards per carry. Yes, he had a touchdown. What do you think? Something or nothing from Ginty's week 1 in his NFL career?
It's tough because again, if you watched the draft room last year, I was somebody who was kind of hesitant on Genty, just
I was
because
not.
yeah, no, we were on opposite sides. I obviously ultimately thought that Genty would be a good player, maybe not as good because again, he played nobody in college, so I was always kind of hesitant about that. But I think you and I talked about this, like just within ourselves. Uh, I mean that Raiders offensive line is not very good, and I
Mm-hmm.
do think that was part of the reason why he struggled a little bit. But yeah, I mean, uh, it's it's something to monitor. But again, one game can't be super overreactionary. Um, and even this year, even if he has a meh rookie season,
Mm-hmm.
it's not something that I would completely freak out about. But again, I did not agree with them drafting him in the top 10. I don't think a running back should be drafted ever that high anymore. So I mean, yeah, I mean, we'll just see how it works out for the Raiders. But I mean, yeah, I would say it's something to just keep your eye on.
I will say the other thing for people like myself who have him in fantasy, little bit of a scare it looked like. Looked like Brock Bowers injured his knee. We have some good reports, though, from today. As first off, Pete Carroll told reporters that Brock Bowers wanted to go back into the game, but the trainer said no. That was per the Fresno Bee. And then NFL media's Tom Pelissero, like an arrow, spoke with Bowers after the game, who relayed that he's feeling fine. I do have an extra quote here, JD. On Sirius XM NFL radio today, Bauer said, "I'm feeling better. Just keep me out for concerns and stuff. Feel good. We have an extra day coming up this week, so I'll try to get back out there." So it's looking like he could be out there. They have the extra day of rest because they play on Monday Night Football. Next week we get 2 Monday night games, Raiders and Chargers being one of them. Do you think Brock Bowers will suit up on Monday night, or will they keep him out for? Obviously, we got to see how the week goes, but what's your prediction? I think he'll play.
I think he'll play as well. I mean, obviously, again, things could change, but I mean, it makes sense if they're just keeping it for precautionary reasons. I would expect him to play.
On the other side of the ball, JD, I'm just going to say this. Patriots, I think they played a fine game. They did everything they needed to win this game. They just didn't. And I think the positive things, I think we're going to see a different result from the Patriots this upcoming week because they're going to be at Miami. If I'm the Patriots, if I'm Vrabel, I'm licking my chops going, all right, boys, we didn't get the win week 1, but if we do the exact same thing, we check the boxes, we do what the scouting report says, I think the Patriots could be favorable and be getting a win getting their first win of the season this upcoming week.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like the Patriots do look like a team that is kind of heading in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Keyshawn Booty.
Yep.
He had 103 yards. Travion Henderson, he looked fine. Again, he averaged 5 yards per carry.
Mm-hmm.
Now what I'll say is kind of going back to the Raiders, though, like, well, I guess it's both because you have Will Campbell making his first career start at tackle, going head to head with Max Crosby. Like that's already a welcome to the NFL moment. And
let's say Max only had 2 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss. Not a huge game for the Condor.
No, I mean, yeah, it's not bad, but I mean, Will Campbell did get beat on quite a few times, but again, that's to be expected in an attack or with a tackle making his first career start going against one of the best edge rushers in the league. But yeah, I mean, there's reason to be excited for the Patriots. I mean, their defense played all right. I mean, they gave up some plays, but there's still reason for optimism. But yeah, I mean, I definitely don't think they're going to be terrible. Do I think they're making the playoffs? No, but I mean, they'll probably have a better season than last year, which it wasn't saying a whole lot.
Well, I'll say this. Coming into the year, I had this team pegged as a 5-win team because every year I do the NFL Predictor website. I pick like, okay, what games are going to win or lose throughout the year. They ended up being a 5-win team. People are like, you're crazy. They're going to be better. 2 things. One, I think that the Patriots season could have a lot of games like this where it's like they could have won that game. They just didn't. However, after week 1, JD, I'm sitting here going, okay, maybe I was a little too low on this Patriot team. They won me over in some ways. I'm not on the bandwagon like everyone else who's high on them, but I will say, okay, maybe I was a little bit too low. Let me bump that up a little bit. I am totally with this team this upcoming week, though. That's going to be a spoiler, of course. The other game, they were calling it on Red Zone, JD, the Freaky Friday game. Kind of irked me a little bit because I was like, yeah, I get what you're going with, but is it really Freaky Friday? We'll go with it. It's the Freaky Friday game. Aaron Rodgers, who used to be on the Jets, now on the Steelers. Justin Fields used to be on the Steelers, now on the Jets. This was a really fun game in the first slate of games. Steelers get the 2-point victory. Wish they would have won by 3. I would have got a push at least. But Aaron Rodgers played well. 4 touchdowns, 244 yards to the air. Justin Fields looked good, which was a surprise to me. 218, 1 touchdown. Breece Hall looking like a gem out there for the Giants. Like, this was just, I know Steelers got the win. I'm glad Aaron Rodgers looked good because I want to see prime Aaron Rodgers back. But JD, this was just a good fucking football game from beginning to end.
Yeah, I want to do.
This is game of the not game of the week. Never mind.
I
Sunday night game of the week.
want to do some bad things in Minecraft to a bunch of people because freaking the amount of TikToks, YouTube videos I've seen about fantasy football, 99%, no, 100% of them were like, do not start Breece Hall in week 1. Do not start Breece Hall in week 1. So I'm like, okay.
Gotta trust your gut, JD. Trust the gut.
I'm like, okay, if everybody's saying it, last year I struggled in fantasy. I'm like, let me take the advice of these people. No, he would have, he would have won me my fantasy week had I played him.
Trust your gut, JD.
Yeah, so those people can get fucked, quite honestly. But yeah, no, I obviously was watching the Bengals game at this time, but I had the game kind of pulled up on the side. And I as somebody who hates the Steelers, obviously would have liked to see the Jets win this one. But this doesn't really change a lot for me right now. I do still think the Steelers are going to be at best a 10-win team, but probably like a 9-8 type team, just because they always finish with a positive record. So, this doesn't really change a lot. Aaron Rodgers did look really good, obviously, but I really I don't know. This offense still kind of seems iffy to me. The defense is what it is. Them getting Jalen Ramsey, I never really saw it as a crazy thing, and then I found out that they're playing him in the nickel, which they gave up Minkah Fitzpatrick, who I know has kind of started to be on the decline a little bit, but they traded Minkah for a nickel corner, which to me is kind of weird, but to each their own. So, and then but the Jets, they Justin Fields impressed me with how he played. Breece Hall had a great game. Garrett Wilson had a good game. On the defensive side of the ball, Quinnen Williams did what Quinnen Williams does. Will McDonald had a really good game. Finally starting to look like he's going to be that player he was drafted to be. But yeah, it was a really entertaining game, and then the 60-yard field goal to
from Boswell
win the game.
Yet again, I will say this for Steeler fans that might have already knew because we did or already let us know. My question to you, JD, I put out the stats. I didn't say the names. It was between Sly and Boswell for kicker for our team of the week.
Yeah.
I thought about it with Boswell just because of the 60-yarder, but let me see his stats here. Because he was the one had less field goals, more extra points, which to me, kicker, extra points, those are gimmies. You got to make those. You didn't get the team to get those. The quarterback and offense did. Is that almost another touchdown for Aaron Jones Jr.? Sly had more field goals in general, which is more on the kicker. I thought the Steelers were going to be a playoff team coming into the year, 10-win team. This solidified it. On the other side, though, with the Jets, I got nothing bad to say because the big question was, what were the Jets going to look like in the Aaron Glenn era? That defense, that looks like the Lions defense from last year.
Like what Robert Saleh was supposed to be.
Yes, exactly. This Jets team, I am completely not high of wow, you guys are going to win a lot of games. This team is going to look solid all year. And we talked about the Patriots. We talked about the Jets now. Both these teams, your wins will not be indicative of this team. You might not have as many wins as this team should have. And the thing I didn't say earlier when we were talking about the Dolphins that I wanted to say that I'll say now, is Dolphins fans should be panicking. And more so than I said, because their next 3 games coming up are at home against the Patriots. I think the Patriots can win that. At Buffalo, a team we haven't talked about yet. That'll be a Thursday night game. Oh, and then their 4th game of the year, they're going to play the Jets on Monday Night Football. The Dolphins could lose 3 divisional games, boom, 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 like that. I'll take the Patriots over them. I'll take the Bills over them. I'll take the Jets over them. Like, murderous row this week. And that means the Jets in their first 4 are definitely going to get 1 win there. But I was really happy with what I saw with the Jets and with the Steelers. I have no complaints from this game. If there wasn't a huge comeback in the Sunday night game, this would have probably been easily game of the week from beginning to end. Just a good, solid football game, entertaining throughout. The next game, JD. This one's gonna be a little hard for me. A little hard for me to talk about because the Panthers lose 26-10 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I will say this. I am standing by it. The data proves you got a TTP. The Sixers taught me that. You got a TTP. Trust the process, but this is a hit. In both other years that the Panthers went to the Super Bowl, they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars week 1. They don't get it done. I will stand on this, though. And I said this in the Discord, and I'll say it again. Let's go. J.J. McCarthy, fucking touchdown. Bryce Young, I know he threw 2 picks. Couple mistakes from him, but I'm not putting everything on him. This offensive line was dog water. Dog water offensive line play from the Panthers. Taking away nothing from Jacksonville. Their defense played out of their gourd. Travis Etienne, when he heard people were saying that he was going to lose his job. My 2 players of the game was the defense for the Jacksonville Jaguars and Travis Etienne. This to me is more about, okay, how do the Panthers bounce back? They're playing a Cardinal team next week that didn't look that sharp against the Saints. And for Jacksonville, maybe this AFC South isn't going to go back to the Texans this year. Because we're going to talk about them. They kind of struggled. Maybe Jacksonville is like, whoa, don't forget about us. We could possibly win this division. Where they play the Bengals next week, by the way.
Yeah. Well, again, yes, next week's only week 2, but this will be definitely more. This game will be really interesting because, again, if the Bengals are able to hold Jacksonville to 20 points or a little bit less and look competent, for me, I'll start to change kind of my thought. Maybe start to change my thoughts on the defense. But for the Jaguars, yeah, I mean, okay, you beat what's probably, again, I know you and I, again, are, I guess, different on this. I don't expect the Panthers to be that great. I mean, I think they would be better than last year, but again, not a playoff team in my eyes. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence, he didn't look that good to me.
He didn't.
Again, he looked fine. He did enough to get the win. But I would say it was more so Travis Etienne kind of carrying carrying them to that win. Yeah, and then kind of like again, one game, but I don't love how they're dealing with Travis Hunter already. Kind of like they're kind of limiting him.
You don't like the spot starts on defense?
No, I think you gotta. I think you need to play him more on defense because it's just like playing. Because they're expecting him. Because I guarantee you this is how it's gonna go if they keep this up. Obviously, like I said, when we were doing our draft stuff, in my mind, Travis Hunter was a better receiver than he was cornerback. But he was still a good cornerback. But by him, because I'm going to imagine in practice he does a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But in the games, practice and games are completely different. So what? They're going to throw him in maybe once every, I don't know, series. Maybe, I don't know if that. I didn't really watch this game too closely. but he's never going to get comfortable back there if they're not going to play him regularly. I know you're not going to be able to play him every single snap on both sides of the ball like he did in college, but they need to give him at least maybe 2 series or 3 series a game where he's playing both sides, at least so he can stay consistent, because right now he's going to give up some big plays on defense, I feel like, and then they're like, okay, he's done playing defense, and then okay, he's still going to be a good wide receiver, but obviously then you're just negating him to only a receiver. So we'll have to see how that works going forward.
And that's the thing. We've seen a lot of rookies that we've talked about already where it's like, guys, it's week 1.
Yeah.
It's week fucking 1. Let's give these guys some time. Like even like, I know not the worst, but like I got Tet McMillan playing my flex this week. Yeah, 5 catches for 68 yards. Didn't have that bad of a game, but it's still like I'm sitting there going, all right, it's week 1. And that's kind of like what a lot of these teams, we got to say the same thing. Like Trevor Lawrence, all right, didn't play his best game, but these are the games where if I'm Jacksonville, I'm going to go, hey, if he doesn't give us our best and we still get the win, we escaped one. Not ignoring that he needs to play better, but like you need to be able to escape these games that you don't get the best out of your quarterback. When it comes to the Panthers, for those of you who don't know, have not been familiar with, the whole thing with me saying they're going to the Super Bowl is based on trend. Last time they went to the Super Bowl, both of them were in San Fran. This one's in San Fran. Breakout performances from their quarterbacks or breakout seasons they had in those years. They had phenomenal wide receiver tandem. I really liked Tet and Xavier Legette. You also had, they played Jacksonville week 1. They beat Jacksonville week 1. Both of the times they went to the Super Bowl, Ohio State won the college championship, just like what happened this year. They had a losing season the year before, yada, yada, yada. Also, J-Lo got divorced all 3 years, by the way. That's just kind of the Cliff Note version. Yes, it hurts to be 0-1, but I do think this Panthers team is not as bad. Like, if I'm looking and saying who's a better team right now, the Saints or the Panthers, I have more confidence in the Panthers right now than I do in the Saints. I'll take, even though Bryce Young threw 2 INTs, I'm taking him over Rattler. Who do the Panthers have next? That's going to be the big thing. Oh, yeah, I already said they have the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Cardinals next week will be indicative because after that, they got Falcons, Patriots, who both those teams played well week 1. Then their 5th game, they got the Dolphins, who could be winless by that game. So, like, Panthers, I'm not ready to throw in the white towel, but this one, not a good look to the Super Bowl. Has there ever been a team to go to the Super Bowl after losing week 1? Has a team lost? Oh, I'm dumb. The fucking Chiefs. Chiefs won the whole damn thing after losing week 1. Few instances of teams winning the Super Bowl after losing the first game. And I'm just going to say this. 2007 Giants, who that's exactly where I got the Panthers. Wild card team that makes a run through the playoffs. So, like, it's still doable, even though, hey, 0-1, not looking too good moving forward. Moving on to the next game, JD, we've got Niners get the 17-13 win over the Seahawks. This is one word. Yes, we're going to have to touch the Kittle injury, but I'm just going to ask you. Neither of these teams looked great in this game, I think. Niners didn't seem to click, and that could obviously be the Kittle effect. He only had 4 catches for 25 yards. But I'm going to be honest. All these people, Sam Darnold going to be the savior in Seattle. Oh, Cooper Kupp, he's going to be the savior. What happened? Seattle, what happened? It's kind of like how I'm feeling. Like Sam Darnold had a great year last year for the Vikings, but that's not who Sam Darnold is year after year.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, again, there's a bigger sample size of Sam Darnold not being good.
Seeing ghosts.
Yeah. But no, I mean the other big thing from this game is the fact that Brock Purdy got injured and might be missing
Yeah,
next week's game. Um,
true.
so that is going to be pretty consequential. Um, but yeah, I mean this game honestly it was kind of boring. Not too much happened. I mean,
Hmm.
an honorable mention for one of our wide receiver team of the weeks for me was Ricky Pearsall. Um,
I'm my fan. On my
kinda,
bench, by the way.
oh, because
Dude,
yeah, he
I'll be honest though. The three guys I started: Devonta Adams, Mike Evans, and Tet. Maybe I could have played him over Tet, but like,
yeah, but I mean, yeah, I mean, good game by him. He's kind of continuing what he did
mhm,
last year in his rookie year. Um, and yeah, with the Seahawks, I mean, their defense looked good. Offense though was spotty. Again, yeah, Darnold wasn't great. They couldn't really get their running game going. Offensive line struggled a little bit. So it was like overall offensively it was a sloppy game from them, but their defense did fine. But again, is that just because the Niners are dealing with injuries on the offensive side of the ball,
mhm.
or was that more credit to the Seahawks defense?
I mean, looking at the two injuries, and I guess we'll dive into them. Is so you've got first off George Kittle hamstring injury. Per NFL Network, is expected to miss 3 to 5 weeks. 3 weeks the optimistic, 5 weeks is the oh shoot, everything has hit the fan. Shit's hit the fan. So you're gonna miss him for at least 3 games. Then, like you said, Brock Purdy has a left shoulder and a toe injury. And Shanahan, Coach Shanahan this week, saying, and I quote, it's a possibility that the Niners will have to sign another quarterback this week to be the backup in New Orleans. He said it hinges on Brock Purdy's toe and shoulder progress in the next 24 hours. So it looks like you said, Brock might be, at least for this week at a time, this next week, Brock could be out.
Yeah,
Which who do the Niners,
yeah,
who do they have next? They got the Saints next, so not a big deal in my opinion.
yeah. I mean, they could probably run a backup quarterback and
Mm-hmm.
probably win that game.
Who is their?
S-
I'm trying to think. Do you know off the top of the head who their backup is?
For
Um,
some reason, I thought it was DTR, but I don't think that's true.
it is Mac Jones.
Oh,
They
oh
pulled off
yes,
Mac Jones
yeah,
from the Patriots, so Mac Jones might be getting the start against the
brother.
Saints. What?
No, actually, I don't know if I'm ahead of you or not.
What? The Bears just
The
scored.
Okay, yeah, I have Roma Dunze on my bench.
Oh, well, DJ
Uh,
Moore just got injured. I think
yeah,
it's a close one. It's a close one. Pulls them within
yeah.
3. This game has been fun in the fourth quarter. I'll just say that. But yeah, Niners. We'll see the Kittle injury, how it hurts them. Brock Bowers. Do you think Brock's going to be out multiple weeks, or is he just going to miss maybe one game?
I think maybe one,
Okay.
because he has a toe and a shoulder injury,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I think maybe just one, but um, we'll have to see, especially because they're playing the Saints. I think they'll
I'll,
keep him out.
I'll be honest though. Even if let's say worst case scenario, let's say both him and Kittle are out 3 weeks. I will say they play the Saints. They then play the Cardinals, who yeah, Cardinals got the win, but I'm not super impressed after week 1. And then they got Jacksonville. Those are 3 winnable games with a quarterback like Mac Jones under Kyle Shanahan. Because let's be honest, I've said it before. Kyle Shanahan's a system offense to where Brock Purdy, love him, hate him, whatever. That whole offense is about the system, not the quarterback. As long as the
Mhm.
quarterback can do what the system needs, they'll be fine. Week 4 weeks from now is the big one, because then you got the Rams on the road, then you got the Bucks on the road, then you're playing those teams where it's like, okay, these are the playoff caliber teams that we're expecting for this year. Seahawks, though, I will say this. I do not think is an overreaction. I do not think this year will be the best for the Seahawks, and I think that was proved this week. they got to get Cooper Kupp going. They can't have Cooper Kupp only having 3 targets on 2 receptions. I know JSN's supposed to be the number 1, but you gotta find both. You gotta find both if you're gonna have success. Moving on though, I gotta give flowers. I'll say flowers to Cam Ward, because man, did the Broncos win 20-12, JD, but the Broncos didn't win because of anything they did. They won because Cam Ward doesn't have a team. He doesn't have a team around him. And JD, you know what? I was going to hold this, but fuck it. I'll do it. I'm going to get on my soapbox. I feel like we all owe, well, everyone except for me, because I was on his side. Everyone owes Will Levis an apology.
Fuck no.
No, we do.
That because just fucking
no. Let me talk here. So, first off, am I saying that Cam Ward and Will Levis are the same? God, no. Cam Ward is better than Will Levis. But you all who doubted Will Levis owe him a little bit of an apology, because not even Cam Ward can do anything with this dog shit receiving core. With Calvin Ridley, who, this is going to be the year he pops off. Yeah, I've been hearing that for a decade, it seems. This is the year to draft Calvin Ridley in fantasy because he's going to be really good. The dude is washed. This team is washed. Cam Ward was fighting for his life. Cam and Cam Scattaboo, hungriest team of the week, I would say. That would be my quarterback and for people who didn't get wins that probably should have. It just infuriates me that Cam Ward tried to do everything he could to win this game, which they should have won, but no, nobody wanted to help him out there. So it's like, yes, is it promising for the future? Yes. I also will say the thing I loved about Cam Ward, when those receivers made mistakes, did he shut up? Did he hold his mouth and go to the sideline? Fuck no. He was getting in there yelling at him. That's what a leader does. I've said it this offseason since I heard the quote from Cam Ward where he's like, yeah, my dad used to get up at 5 a.m. for a job he hates. There's no reason I have to complain for getting up at 5 a.m. for a job I love. This dude's a leader. The Titans, I would be, even though you lost by 8 points, I'd be super excited about who you have at quarterback. You have a guy at quarterback, Tony Pollard solid at the running back. One of these wide receivers just has to figure it out. You're going to have to. And maybe it's going through this year and then drafting a wide receiver this year to figure something out, because you need someone who can catch the damn ball.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely need receiving help. There's no doubt about that. But I mean, again, they're still a young team. I didn't think, even with them having Cam Ward, again, granted, I was never even that big of a Cam Ward guy to begin with. But
again, I was the Cam Ward guy.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I do think this is gonna be another tough season for the Titans, and yeah, they're definitely gonna need to go wide receiver at some point in the draft next year. Alec Numenor.
Yep.
He's somebody I think has potential though to be like maybe like a solid number 2. But again, he was targeted 7 times, only came up with 2 receptions. So
yeah,
it just felt like that whole offense was just not good.
This is just one where, like, if I was a Titan fan, it would be a game where it's like, are you mad you lost? No, because it was expected. But you're disappointed because this was a game, after watching like the first half, you're like, oh, we could possibly steal a game here. We could steal a win, which is huge for any young team like this. And to like have the win, have it in your hands, and then fumble it away, basically, like, it just sucks. Where this is one the Titans should have stolen. And I'll be honest, I know week 1 overreactions, but coming into this year, I did not think the Broncos were going to be as great as they were last year. We have now an entire year of film for Bo Nix. I think this is indicative of the Broncos aren't going to have an easy ride like they had, where it's like, oh, they're winning games, or oh, they're winning. they're going to have a lot of tougher games this year because people kind of know what to expect now from Bo Nix. And I think that RJ Harvey, he was a fantasy darling. And I know he had 70 yards. I know J.K. Dobbins had 63. I think over time, Javonte Williams is going to be missed in Denver this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll definitely be missed because he's obviously he's a good player, but I mean, again, Bo Nix, he just needs to continue doing what he did last year. I mean, he didn't have a great game at all this game, but yeah, I mean, the running game though, like yeah, RJ Harvey was averaging 11.7 runs per carry. Or yards per carry, sorry. Dobbins, I mean Dobbins, he's just a walking injury, but obviously when he's good when he's on the field.
And let's be honest, I know he had 11.7, but 70 yards and 50 of them came off of one run though.
Yeah. I mean that's not I mean, it's not amazing, but yeah, I mean they just need Bo Nix to be good. And I mean, because their wide receivers are kind of I always feel like with their wide receivers,
it's Cortland Sutton and Troy Franklin.
Yeah, I mean, even Evan Ingram's fine. Like he has his moments of popping out, but it just seems like even last year, like okay, Troy Franklin's gonna have a game where he goes off. Cortland Sutton's doing absolutely nothing, and I know that because I had Sutton in my fantasy lineup. So then when I would take him out of the lineup, Troy Franklin's doing nothing.
Yeah,
and Cortland Sutton goes off. So it's getting everyone on the same page. They have Jake's boy Adam Troutman, as depth.
Is that his boy?
I don't know. He was a saint, but I feel like I remember him talking about him. But yeah.
Oh, the next game though, JD, am I allowed to do a victory lap here? I couldn't do it for the Panthers game, but can I do a victory lap on this game? 1 week into the season, I was told all off season, coworkers, NFL fans, you got the Lions only winning 8 games this year. Wow, they're going to be a 10-win team. Oh, they're going to be really good. Look who was right after 1 week. You lose an OC like Ben Johnson. You lose a DC like Aaron Glenn. I saw a reel, and of course it's all comedy on reels, but it's like, hey, Dan, what do you want to do? Oh, Ben will decide. No, my name's John. I'm here now. All right, give the ball to Gibbs. All right. Well, that didn't work. What do you want to do? I don't know. Give the ball to fucking Gibbs. Isn't that what we do? And then it's like, oh, hey, coach, what do you want me to do? Who the fuck are you? Oh, I'm the punter. We have one of those? Like, this team is going to have to go through growing pains this year. Aaron Glenn's Jets looked solid. I'll say this right now, 16 seconds left in the game. Vikings are about to punt it for Bears are going to get one shot to tie or win. The Bears, until the fourth quarter, that offense has looked good here on Monday night. Both coordinators that you had have looked good. You did not. Kudos to the Packers for getting the win. Lions, prepare for a bumpier ride this year because John Morton and Calvin Shepard. Shepard and Morton, not the guys. They're not the guys this year. They're not who you had last year. Bumpier ride for the Lions. This was vindication week 1 for me. Bet the Packers. I was right on the Packers. I should have bet the spread. Shouldn't have settled for the minus 130 money line. Give me the Packers in this one. They proved me right. Hallelujah. I'm going to end it with a hallelujah before I let you take it.
You're praising Ben Johnson. Wait till you see this play.
Oh God. Am I praising him because it's good or bad?
No, I mean, it's just ironic you're praising him and then that happens.
Oh, well, that's not his fault. That's the Bears' fault.
I mean,
he drew the play up.
Yeah, he drew the play that was the play he was choosing to do with 16 seconds left in the game or whatever it was.
Good point. Yeah, but what my rant over about the Lions, Packers get the win over the Lions. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I do think like again, I still am high on the Lions, but definitely I do think that, yeah, they didn't look good on either side of the ball. Which, yeah, I mean, you're probably right with the coordinators being like the problem, like losing both their coordinators to other teams. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they're definitely not going to be the Lions. Are definitely not going to be as good, like 12-win team, 11-win team. But I still think they're going to be fine, and like fine as in playoffs, as of right now. But I mean, I think I give more credit to the Packers. The Packers look
Yep.
damn good. I mean, Jordan Love didn't have the passing yards, but he
But he had the
didn't make any
touchdowns.
mistakes. Yeah, he had the touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
The defense, again, Micah Parsons, again, doing
He
what
didn't even
Micah
play that
Parsons
much
done.
either, I don't think.
I mean, I don't know if I
He
know
was
he got
on.
a sack.
He did get a sack, but like I remember Tim and I were watching it. Tim of the Wrecking Crew was we were saying a lot of times like, man, Mike is on the sideline again, and it makes sense. Like you want to work him in, but like it kind of seemed like he was on the sideline more than I thought he would. But this Packers team is probably going to win the division this year. It's probably going to be Vikings or Packers winning the division. I'm in my preseason. I gave the nod to the Packers. I think they're the best team in the North now with Parsons.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure they will, but I would like to see Matthew Golden get more targets in two, because I do think he can be the best wide receiver on this team.
Yep. Give it time.
But
Give it time, JD. Uh-oh. Is he there?
yeah, I'm here. No,
Oh, okay. I was just saying give it time.
Yeah, and I just
I didn't know if you
said, yeah. I mean,
I didn't know if you had more to say.
nope, that's good.
Yeah, but solid win for the Packers. We'll see what the Packers. They got the Commanders coming up this week on Thursday night. Short week for Green Bay. For the Lions, well, guess what? Ben Johnson's coming home, baby. It's going to be Ben Johnson's Bears against the Lions in D-Town, Detroit next Sunday. Last Sunday day game, JD, the probably no one expected this score, but 14-9, Rams get the win over the Texans. JD, I'm surprised. And what I'm surprised most about is I know that Joe Mixon wasn't playing. That probably is maybe a little reason of why the Texans weren't as solid running the ball, but Nick Chubb, 60 yards, nothing to scoff at. If you're the Texans, if you're a Texan fan right now, how worried are you after watching that week one performance? Because this is a team that I expected to be, you know what? Flip the script. We're back. We're going to win the division.
Yeah, so I'm gonna shout out my buddy Roshan here. He's in the Discord. He's a Texans fan. But no, I mean, he's been saying it all off season too. Like he kind of he was hoping for a good season, but was kind of expecting a little bit of a step back. And it's because last year the big problem with the Texans was the offensive line and the penalties, the pass protection, every way. And then their solution was to get worse on the offensive line.
Their solution.
So yeah, and it proved to be the fact, or this it proved to be the reality of the situation. Like right off the bat. What was it? False start penalty, bad pass protection for Stroud. Run game couldn't get going. It was just it wasn't good offensive line play. And I mean Asante what's his name? Asante Ursay or not Ursay. Or is it Ursay, the rookie tackle from Minnesota? Hold on. Where was it? Let me just pull it up so I get it right. Because I liked him in the draft.
Ariasante?
Ariante Ursay.
Yeah.
Yeah, their left tackle. He played fairly well, and again, he could be a good building block.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, like, how are they going to improve this season if their offensive line is one of the worst in the NFL?
Mm-hmm.
That they can't just fix that with trading for a bunch of offensive linemen, right? So I mean, yeah, like how you were asking, is this the Jaguars' year to um, win the division? I'm not saying it is, but I think it will be close.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because I think that that defense for the Texans is very good. Um, but yeah, I feel bad for Texans fans right now because they're in a similar situation that the Bengals were in. And we make it to the Super Bowl in 2021, we lose. Make it to the conference game in 2022, lose, and then have just kind of tinkered away.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, the Texans didn't make it to the same highs that we were able to, but now it's like, okay, like how are you going to take that next step?
Yeah.
Like how are you? Why didn't you do anything to fix the offensive line? You traded away Laramie Tunsil, and again, yes, he had his issues last year,
Mm-hmm.
but you traded him away, and okay, you replaced him with Ursi, but I mean, the rest of your line sucks. It's terrible.
Well, and the thing I'm thinking about is for the Texans, your schedule does not get easier. It,
No.
it will let up at some point, but week 2 doesn't let up as you're playing the Buccaneers. I believe it's Monday Night Football, but you're playing the Buccaneers, first home game for the Houston Texans. Rams, I'm going to say this, the Rams, when I saw 14 points at the end of the game, my first thought was, well, the offense, like if you, yet again, if you're a box score watcher, the offense didn't look bad. Puka Nacua had a bunch of yards. Matthew Stafford, good yards, touchdown. Kyron Williams had a good game. But then I was like, well, you just said, okay, yeah, but the Texan defense is good. It was the
Yeah.
offense that wasn't able to show up. Also, this
Yeah.
Ram defense, everyone was questioning me of like, well, why are you saying that they're the second best fantasy defense coming in? Like their ESPN doesn't have them there. I'm like, trust me, it's what I've seen. They're the second best defense in fantasy coming into the year. They proved it week 1. They proved it
Yeah.
week 1. And I'll be honest, next week for the Rams, they kind of get a cupcake week 2. Still got to do your homework, but they get the Titans on the road, which yeah, the Titans looked good, but let's be honest, the Rams are higher in my books than the Broncos are. So
Yeah.
that game might be a murdering in Tennessee, especially when you got a more competent offense than the Broncos have, but it's only week 1. Texans, like you got some time to improve, but yeah, next week I feel like they have to show some more fight, especially offensively. Then JD, the last Sunday game, it was our comeback of the week this week. The Bills with the 41-40 win. And this is one that coming into the game, JD, I was thinking, okay, Ravens are going to probably win it because what usually happens is like Ravens are good week 1. They'll win week 1. Then if these teams play in the playoffs, the Bills will win the playoffs because the Bills are my pick to win the Super Bowl this year. Well, it was looking like that until the Ravens defense was like, yeah, we're not going to be able to stop a nosebleed. And then, as what's been said on social media, Derrick Henry had his best game of his career. On the same night, he had his worst game of his career, fumbling the ball, ultimately being the dagger in the heart for this team. Where do you put the blame more? The Ravens for choking or the Bills for stepping up and actually coming back to win?
That's so it's really that's a tough one. I kind of feel like it's a little bit of both. Like the way that I look at this game is, and it's kind of strange, and it might not make sense, but like for the Ravens, I really don't think that this game is going to be indicative to who they are. Like, I genuinely think their defense is going to be probably the best defense in the league,
Mm-hmm.
or at least, very least, top 5. But it was weird because I looked at the Bills' defense, and I'm like, okay, yeah, like I don't think the Bills' defense is very good at all. Um, so and obviously the score was 41-40, so not much of a difference. But yeah, I kind of think I want to lean more with the Ravens kind of choking it away.
That's how I feel.
Because yeah, they let the Bills come back, because the Bills are not a bad offensive team by any means, but they did what they had to do down the stretch to win. And the Ravens, and every chance they had to ice the game, they just didn't do it. But their offense was still damn good. It's just then there were a few moments that kind of costed them, and ultimately the Bills took advantage.
I'm going to say this. You know who I feel most sorry for after this game?
Who?
The Cleveland Browns.
Why?
Because the Ravens are going to take this out on them in week 2. That Ravens-Browns game is going to be the ugliest game possible for the Browns. Like, this is one the Ravens are going to... Because I agree with you. More blame on the Ravens. Because, and I say that because you're playing the Bills. If you're playing the Browns, give them a couple chances. They can't do anything with it anyways. When you give Josh Allen, our hungriest player of the week, more chances to come back and beat you, yeah, more times than not, he's going to capitalize on those opportunities. That's why I say that I put it more on the Ravens choking it away. But yeah, that game against the Browns next week, not going to be pretty. The Ravens are going to stew this game all week. They're going to take it out on the Browns next week. The thing that I will say, the Ricky is right so far. What have I been saying all offseason about Derrick Henry? Book him for 2,000 rushing yards this year. He's on pace for 2,800 after week 1. He wants to be in that Adam Sandler movie. He's going to be in that Adam Sandler movie. Yes, I know he fumbled. Great fucking day for Derrick Henry. Even Zay Flowers, like you said, they had great 7 receptions, 143 yards. They had great performances. That defense just let them down, and one fumble. I know we're going to focus on one play, but one fumble is basically every great thing Derrick Henry did yesterday. Poof, gone, because all anyone's talking about now is the fumble. The Ravens will be fine. They will bounce back from this. They will be a playoff team. They'll probably win the North. The Bills, this is what you want to see out of your team, because I'll be honest, to me, these are two teams that have pressure to be like, can you get past the Chiefs and get to the Super Bowl? I would say there's more pressure on the Bills than the Ravens in that department, because, correct me if I'm wrong, the Bills have gone head to head with the Chiefs more and have never come up on the winning side.
Yeah, the Bills have not made it past the divisional round, so like in this stretch. And this is what I'm saying. Like, it's funny because both those teams are, like, if they face each other in the playoffs, like, that game just might end in a tie because both of them have failed in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I know it can't end in a tie, but the NFL might just like back in the like the like Roman like Empire days, like when they would play sports, like to kind of figure
fight
out
to the death
and stuff. Yeah, it's just gonna, that thing's just gonna go on and on and on, because
would it be like a cricket match? Would it go on for weeks?
Yeah, exactly. It'd be exactly like that. It'd be like, all right, guys, take an hour nap, get back to it.
All right, the sun's down, guys. We'll come back tomorrow. Finish this.
Yeah, like, and again, just so, I mean, this game was important for the Bills because they need to win the big time matchup, even in the regular season. Like, when they would go, the Bills have had a more difficult time winning those big games, even in the regular season, than the Ravens. The Ravens have been able to win the big games of the regular season, just not in the playoffs. So I think this game was more important for the Bills in that regard. But yeah, just going forward, I mean, it was an important win. Again, doesn't mean much for these teams because the playoffs are kind of the big problem there.
And JD, moving on, our last game of the week. It actually just ended. I love that we timed it out to where the game is now over, to where we can officially wrap up week 1. JD, I got what? Let me see. I got 4 words for you. You ready for it?
Yeah.
That's my fucking quarterback. That's my fucking quarterback, JD. Vikings get the win 27-24 over the Bears. JJ McCarthy. I will say this. He doesn't know I'm doing this. I haven't responded. I actually got a shout out got a text message from a former member of MVP. At 8:58, I got a text message from the Sean Anderson that said, "I'm so sorry your team drafted JJ." I then got a second text, JD, at 10:09. You want to know what that second text said?
What?
I'll shut up. LOL. Shout out to Sean out there. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, the Bears were looking good early on. Vikings were not. It was a 10-6 at halftime. Bears score a touchdown early off an interception. I was worried because it was 17-6. JD, then the fourth quarter happened. The Bears are outscored 21-7 in the fourth quarter. There was one point where the Bears had negative because I remember looking at this after the Vikings scored their second touchdown to take the lead. The Bears only had -1 yards of offense in the fourth quarter at that point. Most of the fourth quarter, they couldn't do nothing on offense. JJ McCarthy accounts for every touchdown in that fourth quarter, rushing for 1, throwing for 2. Aaron Jones, Jay Jetta's catching them. JD, I thought we were going to be talking about a much different story earlier on. I thought I was going to have to talk about the Bears, swallow my words, the Ben Johnson era, deal with, I'm sorry, obnoxious Bears fans that we're back. We're so fucking, get the Polish sausage. We're back. Not today, JJ McCarthy says, double not so fast, Lee Corso. That's my fucking quarterback. Vikings with the win, 0-1 to start.
I'm curious to know, like, Tim's reaction to it. I can imagine, like...
Angry. Mad.
You think he's actually angry, though? Because I feel like Tim's more the positive side.
I'm going to guess angry only because they were winning and choked away the game.
Okay.
The Bears had this game in hand for 3 of 4 quarters.
Yeah.
They beat us, if we look individually quarter-wise, so they beat us 7-0 in the first. We beat them 6-3 in the second. They beat us 7-0 in the third. You can't get outscored by 14 in the fourth then and expect to win.
No, 21 points in the fourth quarter alone is just it's kind of crazy when the game didn't show or it didn't look like it would end up like that.
JJ said, I'm gonna put the team on my back, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, this to me as a Viking fan, this is like, now I would have liked to see that, like, it's like studying for a test. I would have liked to see the preparation, like, this to be done earlier so I wouldn't have to worry for 3 quarters. But yet again, this is like for a rookie quarterback, not a rookie, but like his first NFL start. How many rookies or first NFL starters would be down in the fourth quarter and just buckle? To be able to come back, to be able to win this game, kudos to the defense as well, flipping the script in the fourth quarter. Like the Bears couldn't do nothing, but yet again, I'm going to ask you, is this more on the Vikings, more on JJ, or more on the Bears? Because the Bears, you could also say that one play that you said, the end around, direct snap to DJ Moore with 16 seconds left, and they couldn't even get the play right.
Yeah, I mean, like the Vikings, again, the Vikings are a good team. no doubt. Again, but I do think the Bears are still a young enough team to where they're
Mm-hmm.
making young team mistakes.
Yeah.
Like I'm still skeptical on their defense. I do think they're still probably not probably, they're still the worst team in the division.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I mean, as a Bears fan though, I would be, yeah, disappointed you lost to a divisional rival, but also like, okay, you guys actually looked a lot like I would say if they played any game like that last year, that would have been their best game of the season. They showed moments of immense improvement compared to last year. Caleb Williams looked better than I feel like than any point last year. Yes, he wasn't perfect, but still improvement. Um, the Vikings, I mean, their defense kind of had moments
Mm-hmm.
of shitting itself, and like you said, before we went live, you're concerned about the Viking secondary,
Yeah.
and yeah, their secondary kind of got torched a little bit, but I mean, when you have the defensive line that the Vikings do, I mean, that will mask a lot of problems in the defense.
I will also say this. I'm going to give kudos to Caleb Williams. Mainly because, so I'm going to give kudos, and then Bears fans are going to say Ricky's taking it right back, which I'm not meaning for this. Caleb, for 2-3 quarters, played well. To start the game, 10 of 10, was like watching him. I'm like, wow, he looks good in the Ben Johnson system. I was worried we were going to lose. And part of me, now that the game is over, we saw the complete game. Part of me wonders, okay, he started the game 10 for 10. He looked good. Is that basically, because the thing I was thinking was, okay, is that basically telling us that, okay, when the plays are scripted, because coaches script their first 2 drives. When the plays are scripted, phenomenal in the Ben Johnson. When we get to the fourth quarter and things are a little improvisy, that's where the issue is right now. And I'm going to be honest, the only things that I noticed Caleb Williams did wrong, 2 plays. And I hate bringing it down to 2 because, like the Derrick Henry, nothing's going to matter except for the fumble. Everything goes poof in people's minds. There was one play where first down, he's going to throw it away on the sidelines, throws it away, but they actually call it back, 4-yard loss because his toe was on the line. So he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
Like just his big toe was on the line. And then later in the fourth, they eventually get the touchdown to kind of pull within 3. But more time comes off because Caleb runs out, reaches for the end zone, gets it, but his toe's on the line. Yet again, out of bounds, where if he just had a little bit more situational awareness of where the sideline was, wouldn't have had a loss of 4 yards, which you could say, well, Ricky, it's 4 yards, but what's better, 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 14? And then 2, could have had a touchdown. Instead, foot on the line, 2-yard line, 1-yard line. You got to now run more plays to try to get that touchdown.
Yeah, I mean,
it's small things, but it's things.
Exactly. It's the little mistakes add up eventually, right? Like it's kind of like what I was talking about with the Browns game. The little mistakes ended up catching up to them, and it cost them the game. And kind of same thing for the Bears there. Like it in the moment might have not seemed like a big deal, but ultimately it was probably, it could have been the difference in the game.
So, like, I'm gonna say this, right? So he went out of bounds. It was at 2:12. They score the touchdown the next play, 2:02. If he would have not had his foot out and was basically right there, boom, would have been able to score. Would have also had 10 more seconds on the clock for that final drive.
See, I don't really.
When we were looking at one play, like, 16 seconds. 16 seconds compared to 26. As a play caller, I can do different things with 26 seconds left.
100%, and I agree with that. But I also just don't know because again, you could also make the argument if they didn't burn their first two timeouts,
Yep.
because they went into the final like what minute, and they went the final Viking series. They only had one timeout,
Yep.
so I mean, it's kind of tough to say. Okay, well, if that would have saved them 10 seconds there, because ultimately, like, I mean, if they also just had their two timeouts and got the plays in faster and then that wouldn't have been like a big deal. So again, it's just game management.
Yep.
It's Ben Johnson's first game as the head coach, so I don't expect him to be perfect,
I'm
but
gonna
you definitely want him to improve.
I'm gonna say this though real quick. Not as bad as Eberflus.
No,
Eberflus way worse clock management. So like it's
yeah.
we're better. We're better than where we were. If you're a Bears fan out there, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's just again like this season is just going to be about him improving, Johnson improving as a coach, game manager, actually I don't know if he's calling the plays. I'm going to imagine he
Think
probably
he
is the one
is.
calling the
I
plays.
think he is.
So, and again, as somebody who's a fan of a team where their coach is doing everything. I guess two teams because the Bengals, the same thing. Zach Taylor's the one calling the plays, but with the Gators, Billy Napier, who's probably going to be out the door, he's not capable of calling plays, being a motivator, being a coach, doing all this. So that will be the interesting thing. And obviously, though, like again with Ben Johnson, if it's just not working this year, try it again next year. See, because again, see if you improve. But it's knowing when to pull the plug on that, basically.
Yeah,
So Bears
exactly.
fans, give him time to like iron out the issues and hope that there's improvement.
And I'm gonna say this, even though the Bears lost and had I'm gonna say bad fourth quarter, there are things from this game to be proud of if you're a Bears fan. Just like with the Vikings, there's things that we shouldn't be happy with from this game. Maybe 75% of it. But the thing is, flipping it over, Bears, you would have loved to have this win, but there's positives to take away from it. The Ben Johnson era is not dead in the water after one game. But for me as a Vikings fan, I know that when we drafted him, I was very harsh on the draft pick. I have since changed my mind a little bit, JD, starting because I need this card to go up in value that I have in front of me. But also just everything that I've learned about JJ over the last year and now this game, that's my fucking quarterback. And as a Viking fan, we're not going to win every game, but to know he's got this in him makes me happy that he's the one behind center for the Vikings this year in the year of 2025. So, JD, we got to end the podcast. It's been a very long podcast. These are going to be longer than we're used to. They're marathons now. Last thing we're going to do is our tips for week 2. Basically, how we're going to do this, JD, is we're going to go right down the schedule. I'm going to give the line so it's not going to be the opening line. It'll be the live line. We'll give the line, and then we'll give our tip of where we're going. Could go spread, could go money line, could go anytime touchdown, whatever you're feeling. The first one, Thursday Night Football. Commanders at Packers. Right now, the Packers minus 3.5 point favorites. What are you feeling for this one?
I personally don't really know. Like, I wouldn't be confident in the win for either team. So I think the safe bet would honestly be a Debo touchdown.
I will say this too, if you want to. The over-under is 48.5 points.
Yeah, no, I'm not touching that because I feel like both the defense could show up. So yeah, I would say Debo anytime touchdown.
If I had to lean on it, so you're going Debo anytime. You know what? For me, this is one where so Commanders get the win over the Giants. Packers at home get the win over the Lions. I'm going to stick my neck out there, even though I would love if this line was maybe 2.5 where it opened up. It opened up at 2.5, which if you jumped on it then, kudos to you. But I'm going to take Packers minus 3.5. I think the Packers win this game. Money line at about 187. I'm not putting a single straight bet on that. I'll take the Packers. I'll lay the minus 3.5 in that one and hope they win by a touchdown at the least because, yeah, it's 4, but really you're winning by a field goal or a touchdown. Next game, we got Niners and Saints. Niners open up, or currently as we're looking at this, minus 4.5 favorites. The over-under is 41.5.
I definitely I would take the Niners to cover.
All right, so you're gonna go minus 4.5.
Yeah, minus half. Yeah, I just don't think the Saints are very good at all, and even with the injury, I could see the Niners kind of pulling it out by a touchdown.
Let's see really quick for this one, because yet again, so they're going to be without Kittle. Brock Purdy could potentially not be playing as well. I just want to see I'm probably going to go like what you did with the touchdown. No, I don't like it. I'm going to do the same thing you do. I'm going to go Niners minus 4.5. I was thinking about an anytime touchdown, but really Brian Robinson Jr., I don't know if we're going to get his first touchdown of the year. I'm going to go against that. I'm going with you minus 4.5 in the favor of the Niners. Next game, we've got the Bears and the Lions. Lions are 4.5 favorites over the Bears. The over-under is 47.5.
I definitely like the Lions to cover that minus 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
But I do also like a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Yeah, so I don't even know if we agreed that we can do this, but
Hit me.
give me a Lions win at minus 4.5 and a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown.
So you're going parlay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'll allow it. So you're doing the parlay action. You take Gibbs 8 anytime touchdown, and you're pairing that with the spread, not just the money line. You're going spread also with that.
Yeah, the spread.
JD going bold. Now, here's the thing. This is new for us. How do you want to count this? Because we can count it 2 ways. I can count it as a parlay, or we can count it as 2 straights.
No, let's count it as a parlay.
All right.
It makes it more fun.
I think that's what we'll do. So if we ever do that going forward, the person needs to clarify if they're parlaying it or straighting it. Now, here's the thing. I'm kind of leaning a little bit the same way you are, because early on, my first thought was, you know what? I kind of like the Bears minus 4.5. They're going to be motivated after this loss. They played well against the Vikings. It's going to be Ben Johnson's homecoming to Detroit. But then I'm like, you know what? Let me back off a little bit. I'm going to actually give me one. I'm going to go on a limb here. You ready? I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to say DJ Moore anytime touchdown.
Okay.
DJ Moore anytime touchdown for that one. I know Rome got the touchdown tonight. I think DJ gets on the touchdowns for next week. Give me that Moore ADT. Next one, we got the Bills at the Jets. Bills are minus 7 favorites. Get the push with that 7. The over-under 45.5.
Honestly, I think I'm just gonna take Bills money line.
All right.
Only because the Jets defense, again, I'm a little bullish on them,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I definitely would stay away from the spread. And but I also see a world where it can be a shootout based off of this week as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be kind of scared about hitting an over under.
I'm going with the
So
over. Give me 45.5. You say bullish on it. These are two teams where this Bills defense gave up 40 points to the Ravens. Justin Fields gave me confidence week 1. Allen, yes, that defense was good, but look at what Aaron Rodgers did with 4 touchdowns. I think Josh Allen can do similar. Give me the over. Give me 45.5 over for Bills Jets. Next, Browns at Ravens. Ravens are 12.5 point favorites. The over-under is 45.5.
yeah. I'm just gonna go Ravens money line because I know you said earlier that you expect it to be an absolute blowout, but again, with an AFC North game, and weirdly enough, no matter how bad the Browns are, even if they're like resting starters, them and the Ravens always play a close game. So I definitely wouldn't be confident with the spread. So and again, it's kind of unpredictable. It could the over could hit in this type of game, but also with the Browns offense, it kind of makes me think that it might not. So I'm just gonna go with the Ravens money line.
Now, last year, one of the games covered the spread. The other one was the Jameis Winston amazing win over the Ravens. They don't have Jameis Winston coming out in the snow, pumping up this team. I'm going Ravens minus 12.5. I think it's going to be a massacre. Ravens are going to get revenge for their week 1 loss. This Browns offense doesn't have anything in the tank to make me scared of a minus 12.5. Big number, but I'm going to give it to the Ravens, favorited by 12.5 in this one. Next, we've got Giants, Cowboys. Cowboys minus 6 at home, 44.5 is the total.
Um, Give me dang, this one's tough. Um, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with the Giants to cover the +6
Okay.
spread.
So you're going Giants +6 with the push.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I am going to say, JD, and this is not for this, but I'm going to make it clarify. In the era of pushes, if there is a push, don't feel you have to go with the push. So if for example, there's ever like a +6 and you want +6.5, go with the +6.5 if you want it. I'll say we'll throw that out there. To me, I'm going with Javonte Williams to keep his touchdown streak going. He had two in week 1. They gave up a rushing touchdown in week 1. The Giants did. I think Williams finds the end zone again. I'm going with Javonte Williams touchdown for the Cowboys. JD, then we got your team. Bengals hosting the Jaguars. Minus 3.5. Bengals are favorited. 49.5 is the total.
All right, so I'm gonna do another parlay here.
Okay.
Give me the Bengals to cover the -3.5.
Okay.
And then give me a Travis Etienne touchdown anytime. Ooh. And a Chase Brown anytime touchdown.
3-legger.
Yeah.
So you're going both running backs with touchdowns, and then you want the Bengals minus 3.5.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's see. So Bengals minus 3.5, I'll be honest, kind of scares me. Only because of what I saw from that Bengals team. But I'm going to follow you in a sense. I'm going to do a parlay. It's going to be a Chase Brown anytime touchdown plus Bengals with the win. Bengals money line. So I'm just going to go Brown touchdown Bengals money line. Give me that in the parlay department. You're going with ETN and Brown both to have touchdowns, and then you're going Bengals -1.5 on that one. You know what? Let me see some real quick. I want to see if they have the lines up here. I want to see what the value is going to be on that 3-legger that you just gave out. Oh, come on. Where's Bengals Jags? You got to have it. Brown. They don't have ETN odds yet? That can't be right. All right. My app's not giving me ETN odds yet for it, but that's got to be juicy. That's 2 touchdowns, probably at plus money, plus a spread almost at plus money. Looking at the next game, though, Patriots at the Jaguars. Where is my...
No, Patriots at Dolphins.
I was looking at Jaguars on my app. Patriots, Dolphins, you're right. Dolphins home team, favorited by 1.5. The total is 44 on the dot for Patriots, Dolphins. How are we feeling?
Yeah, give me the over on that one.
So you want the over, Patriots, Dolphins, over 44?
Yeah.
So JD liking the push. I'm going to go, give me Patriots money line at plus 105. I think the Patriots come back, win this one after losing against the Raiders. I don't trust the Dolphins. I don't trust Tua in this game. Next one, we've got the Rams going to Tennessee. Rams are 5.5-point favorites. 42 is the over-under.
I'm gonna do a straight, like two separate.
Okay.
Yeah. Just give me the Rams at -5.5.
Mm-hmm.
And then give me a Kyron Williams anytime touchdown.
You and I are kind of thinking the same way, my friend. You guys are we're kind of thinking the same way, because I'm going to go with, let me see what the odds are on that. So Kyron Williams anytime touchdown, I'm going to pair that. I'm doing a parlay for this one. So Kyron Williams anytime touchdown, I'm on that with you, but give me the money line. So I'm going to take Kyron Williams and the win for the Rams. Parlayed together. Kyron Williams anytime touchdown plus Rams money line on the parlay. Give me a little juice, because Kyron Williams -150 right now for odds on that one. Then we got the Seahawks. We have the Steelers. This one is going to be, if I can find it, JD. Seahawks at Steelers. Steelers again -3 like they were in week 1. 40 is the total.
Honestly, give me just give me the over on that one.
So you want the Seahawks Steelers over?
Yeah, I honestly don't really know who would win. I mean, I know the easy answer is the Steelers, but I could see it being like a 27-24 type of game, or 20 but I'm also not super confident in it only being a 3-point game.
Let me see very quickly. I'm gonna do something that we have not seen yet. So I don't know what the odds on this is gonna be, because I don't think the lines have opened up for it. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do another parlay. I might be doing another parlay for this one. Let me see if FanDuel even has these props out there yet. Yeah, I don't think they do. Fuck it. I'm going to do it anyway. So I'll do it as a parlay, because I don't think these odds are going to be great on their own. I'm parlaying Aaron Rodgers 2+ touchdowns, passing touchdowns, that is. So 2+ touchdowns passing for Aaron Rodgers plus Steelers money line. only because I think that Aaron Rodgers 2 touchdowns against the Seahawks isn't going to be enough juice straight. So I'm going to tack on that Steelers money line to get that exactly where I want it. So Rodgers 2 passing touchdowns, Steelers money line. Then we got the Broncos at the Colts. Broncos are road favorites, -2.5. 42.5 is the total. What are we looking at for the horse matchup, the horse race in Indy?
Well, let's see here. So money line.
How much do you trust Daniel Jones?
I don't.
You're like,
Okay, so sorry, what did you say the over-under was?
42.5.
Okay, so we're gonna do a parlay here. We're gonna do Colts money line
Okay.
with the under hitting. And yeah, that's it.
So,
Colts money line and under hitting.
so you like Colts money line plus under 42.5 on the parlay. I'll be honest, this one, I'm kind of at a loss for words at this one because I do think the Broncos are a little better than what they showed. I'm going to do this though. I know it's -2.5. I'm going to lower my odds a little bit. Take +3. Colts +3 in this one. I'm gonna go. Wait, so I get the push. What?
This app we're using here.
Do they have
I think it just changed. I think it just no, it was 42.5 before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
So you're on the web version, so yours is going to change in real time.
Okay, yeah, because I thought I've just been bugging out.
Yeah, yours is going to change in real time since you're using the web version of the Action Network. So just so you know, so you've got Colts money line, and the under 42.5 parlay.
Yes,
and then I've got Colts plus. Even though it's +2.5, I'm gonna push it back, lower my odds a little bit, take +3 on the Colts. Next game, we've got the Panthers and the Cardinals. Cardinals are 6.5 point favorites, 44.5 on the total.
Okay. Honestly, I think here we're gonna go Marvin Harrison Jr. Anytime touchdown.
So you're going Marvin Harrison Jr. anytime touchdown. I'm kind of thinking the same thing that you are, JD. So you're going Marvin Harrison. I am going to go with James Conner. So I'll go James Conner anytime touchdown. You're going with Maserati Marv with the anytime touchdown. I would love to be able to take Panthers +6.5, but I have to back off. We have a Super Bowl rematch, the next one. Eagles at Chiefs. Almost a push, JD. Almost a pick 'em. But the Eagles are 1 point favorites against the Chiefs.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna say, we're gonna do another little parlay here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take Chiefs. I'm gonna take Chiefs money line.
Okay.
And give me a Patrick Mahomes rushing touchdown.
Ooh, so Mahomes anytime touchdown plus Chiefs money line parlayed. I'm gonna keep it simple. Like my gym teacher said, keep it simple, stupid. Chiefs money line this one. Okay. I'm getting almost even odds. Give me double my money. Chiefs money line at home. Then we got 3 games left. Our Sunday night game, Michael Penix and the Falcons going to Minnesota. Minnesota is a 5.5 point favorite against the Falcons. 45.5 is the total.
Yeah, I think Minnesota is going to Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do Minnesota money line.
Okay. Do you think
I don't know
Minnesota
if
gets the win?
yeah.
I am going to go with, you know what? I am going to be extra bold in this one. I'm going Emeka Ibuka to get another touchdown this week.
Wait.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was looking
Okay,
at
you just threw me
Buccaneers.
all the way
That's
off. I was like,
Buccaneers.
wait,
I was
did
looking at
I
the
mess
wrong
it up?
team. Fuck. I
I thought we
can't
were
do
talking
that.
about.
Never mind. I can't do that. Oh,
That really
you
fucked
know
me
what?
up. I was like, wait,
I'm changing it. Jay Jetta's touchdown.
Okay.
Jay Jetta's touchdown. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
I'm looking at so many different teams trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm going to go Jay Jetta's anytime touchdown. You're going Vikings money line?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we got our 2 Monday night games. Buccaneers at Houston. Houston is minus 2.5 favorites, with the total being 42.5.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with another parlay here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go a Nick Chubb anytime touchdown,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go. We're gonna go Bucks money line.
The thing I love about what you're doing is I love how you're like things that people don't normally do of like, give me this guy to score, but give me the other team to win.
Yeah.
Usually people are like, I'm going to this guy to score and their team to win. Oh,
Yeah.
Bucks Texans. You know what? I'm just going to, again, keep it simple, stupid. Bucks money line. I think the Bucks get the win, even though it was a dirty road win last week. I think I got more confidence in the Bucks, even on the road. And then our last game, Chargers on the road at Vegas. Chargers are minus 3.5 favorites, over under 46.5.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go another parlay here. I'm gonna go Chargers, Chargers money line, and Justin Herbert 2+ passing touchdown.
So you want Air Bear with 2 passing touchdowns
Yeah.
and Chargers money line?
Yeah.
Plus Chargers money line. Getting this all set up for us on our sheet. I'm kind of thinking similar to you, but maybe not Air Bear. Let me find Vegas really quick.
Geno Stone.
Now here's the thing. Does Johnson have it in him again? You know what? I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna go with the 2-leg parlay. I'm going Quentin Johnson plus Ladd McConkey. 50+ receiving yards each.
Okay.
So just a simple parlay. You know, the Patriots, both Diggs and Booty, had over 50 yards each. Same with Johnson McConkey against the Chiefs. I think, like what you were saying, Air Bear does well. Johnson McConkey, both 50+ receiving yards. So those are our tips, guys, for this week. That's our podcast for this week, JD. I will ask you this. How do we feel after the first one of 2025?
Feels good to be back.
Feels good to be back talking about football, talking about these games. Let us know, guys, what you think about your team's performance. What are you looking at for next week? What are your tips down below? Do you agree with us, disagree with us? Let us know about everything down below. We'll be back next week after week 2. Good luck to all your teams out there. JD, you know, good luck to the Bengals this week. I hope that they have a better game for you. They make you happier. Although I'm probably with you. I'm not looking forward to that LSU Florida game because I think LSU is going to win. But if I don't bet on it, then I'm all over Florida. If I do bet on it, I'm sorry, JD. If I bet on it, I'm going to be against you if I do end up betting on it because I think that is not going to be a pretty game. Is it in Baton Rouge? Okay. So it isn't. Yep. So it isn't Baton Rouge, not Gainesville. But JD and I will be back next week. Thank you guys for everything you do. Remember, Patreon down below, Discord down below, comment section. All that down below. Also, thank you to our sponsor for Story of the Week, BETUS. Thank you, JD. Thank you, you guys. And as always, have a good day, everybody.
See ya.
As always, we'd like to thank the people that make these videos possible, our patrons whose names are displayed on the screen now. If you would like to become a patron, go ahead and click the Patreon icon in the bottom right. And if you'd like to check out another video from MVP Sports, hit the video in the upper left. As always, thanks for watching.